listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Prince George's Stadium. We're getting set for Game 1, the opener of this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from Prince George's Stadium. Bowie, unfortunately, they had every opportunity to sweep their first series of the season on Sunday when they wrapped up a 3-game tilt with Richmond at the Diamond. But after putting on 6 runs in just the first 2 innings, the tap shut off. Bowie just couldn't get anything. They didn't collect a hit over the final 7 1/3 frames while Richmond orchestrated their comeback. Bowie plated 4 runs in the first with RBI from Cesar Prieto, Shane Fontana, and Cody Roberts, as well as a wild pitch to score Fontana later on. And then Fontana did it again, 2 more RBI in the second inning with a single to drive in a pair. Fontana had an excellent series against the Squirrels with 5 RBI total. But after that, it was on to the Richmond offense because Justin Armbruster labored through 4 innings of work, eventually allowed a 3-run home run in the third inning, and then when Garrett Stallings took over, he ran into a bind in the 6th, giving up a leadoff home run to Brett Arbach and a 2-run home run to Jacob Hayward, both unearned runs, but runs nonetheless to tie the game. And then later, an RBI single by Diego Rincones, who tortured Baysox pitching over the course of that series, and it made it the 7-6 game while Bowie's offense just couldn't get it done. They've been getting it done plenty. That's just what they need to keep doing. If they can stretch it out, you don't even necessarily need to maintain that kind of pacing to put up 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, and then just continue that over the course of the game. You just need to maybe spread that out a little bit more and get that kind of offense spread out over the entire game. Extend those 6 runs over the course of the game and not just in the first 2 innings, because as the offense shuts off, it gives the opponents the opportunity to gain their own momentum while you've lost some of yours. I feel like that's relevant as Bowie looks ahead to this very important series with the Curve. Because as we look at today's lines, we get you set up with the numbers for Altoona. Game number 91 for the Curve, a 46-44 record on the season, a 1-game winning streak, 6-4 over their last 10, and 22-23 when playing on the road. Bowie comes in for game number 90 on the year, a 40-49 mark, a 1-game losing streak, but the Baysox are still 7-3 over their last 10 and 23-21 on the road. These two teams are first and second in the Southwest Division in the Eastern League. Bowie is 13-7 in the second half. Altoona is 13-8. So the Curve are only 1/2 game back behind the Baysox. And remember, the Erie Seawolves are not too far behind themselves. They're 12-8 in the second half, so just 1 game back of Bowie in third place. So this is a pivotal series. There's a lot at stake here for Bowie. As we look at today's starting pitching matchup, Ryan Watson gets the nod for Bowie as Carmen Mojinski will get the start for Altoona. Mojinski has already become a prize pitching prospect in the Pirates system after being taken in the first round of 2020 from South Carolina. On the year, he's just 3-5 with a 4.45 ERA, and part of that is because of some injuries that have plagued him. He's really had some stunted development just because of injuries. A shoulder issue made him miss a couple of turns through the rotation, and he had some short outings to follow that, but he has been lacking a bit of a swing and miss pitch at times. Only 67 strikeouts in 64 2/3 innings. It's not bad, but it's not mind-blowing that you want to get from a first-round pick. But Mojinski has only allowed 6 home runs. He just works well with a mid-90s fastball and a cutter at the top of the zone, but he does give up a lot of fly balls. So if Bowie can take advantage of that and hit the home runs, then they could be back to work. Bowie didn't get a single home run in the Richmond series. Ryan Watson gets the start, a 5-5 record for Bowie, a 3.77 ERA. An interesting start for Watson last time, a season's low 1 strikeout, but he did work 3 double play balls. Watson has tossed at least 5 innings in what's now 6 consecutive outings, and only once in that 6-game span has he allowed more than 3 runs. The problem is that while he's the losing pitcher in his last 3 starts, Bowie hasn't given him much run support. Only 1 run of support over his last 3. That's 15 innings. Watson's pitched well, found the assignment for every individual batter that he faces off against, can get the weak contact or pick up the swing and miss stuff for the strikeouts. He leads the team with 84 punch-outs this year. Plenty to come on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show when we return. It's our weekly chat with the skipper. Kyle Moore is our guest next. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're checking back into the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting ready for the opening of a 6-game series between Bowie and Altoona. Sitting down for our weekly chat with the skipper, Kyle Moore. Big opportunity to sweep the series over the weekend with Richmond, and it just fell a little bit short. What kind of went wrong there, in your words, on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, that one got away from us, certainly. Frustrating. We played 3 really good innings of baseball, then kind of really 6 bad innings of baseball, if you want to talk just the whole game together. We had the bunt play that they didn't run on, and then we picked the ball, we let it fall in front of us, and then picked it up and threw it to first, which I thought was a big play in the game because the next guy got a hit and ended up scoring the go-ahead run to beat us 7-6. That play sticks in my mind, but most importantly for 6 innings, like I said, our offense just completely got shut down. We really challenged their starter, got him out of the game. We put up 6 runs in the first 2 innings, and then it just seemed like we just kind of shut it down. So that's not something we're happy about. We got to continue to turn in good at bats, and we gave up the 3-run homers after a play that we probably should have made. Had a ball, kind of kick off our glove at first that we got to catch, and then next guy hits a 3-run homer. So all in all, we should have never been in that situation. We still should have won that game by 2 runs. But we, like I said, offensively, we got to continue to put up good at bats, even though we have a first good couple of innings.
Yeah. So what would go into, carrying that momentum throughout the course of the game? Because obviously it was a lot of fun, a lot of big rallies over those first couple of frames, the key hits, the good barrels at times. What would go into keeping that going? Could you isolate it, or was it just kind of a one-off thing where you ran into good pitchers at the wrong time?
Yeah, I think a lot of it had to do with the getaway day on a hot afternoon in Richmond, which sounds like excuses, but I just think that the kids are young, and they have a real tendency to get complacent when you turn in 3 or 4 good at bats, and you say, well, I've already turned in my 2 good at bats for the day, I'm just going to give away 4. And that's something that we coach against all the time. Never give one away. And they threw some pretty good arms at us. Surprised to see Bates, surprised to see some other guys that had already pitched in that series. So they threw good arms at us. They popped a couple homers and got back in it. But we did take 2 out of 3 from a good club, who I know they're not playing good in the second half, but they won the first half. They're a good club, and it's a tough place to play on the road. Richmond's a tough place to play with a lot of fans, and the clubhouse is absolutely terrible. So you feel like the cards are stacked against you. So when you go into Richmond and win 2 out of 3, I mean, pretty happy with that outcome.
So we can turn our attention now to this series. You talk about a team that had been struggling a little bit in the second half. Altoona is not that much the same way. They've been putting together very similar numbers to Bowie here in the second half. What do you think is going to be telling from this series? Do you think it will be one of the most pivotal series of the year to see how that second half might shake out?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think we've both put ourselves in this situation, us and Altoona. I'm sure they feel the same way as we do, like this is a giant series. I mean, it's 6 games. If this thing ends up being separated by a game or 2 or a half or whatever, then this series would be the most important. There's just a ton of baseball to play, so I don't want to get too wrapped up in it. I mean, you got to play every series because everybody comes after you. I think the telltale will be, are we going to continue to throw the ball like we've thrown the ball, because our pitching's been absolutely outstanding for the month of July. Are we going to continue to throw the ball like that, have success? And we got to score some more runs. I mean, we haven't scored enough. We've been winning games, which is great to win games, but we're not going to win a bunch of games scoring 4 and 3 runs. We got to score 6, 7, 8 runs. We got to put up some crooked numbers. to take a little bit of pressure off of not only our starters but our bullpen, because they've been carrying the load for us. So we got to help them out.
Speaking of some of the starters, you got Ryan Watson tossing today. He didn't pick up as many strikeouts as he normally does his last start, but he worked tons of ground balls, 3 double plays in that outing. Was that just kind of the way that the day had gone for him against Akron, or is there something that you're trying to maybe add to his approach to batters?
No, I think that he attacked hitters, and they put the ball in play. I think that it's something that we always try to talk is attacking the hitters and having those 12, 13, 14, 15 pitch innings instead of those 25 pitch innings that drive us all nuts. And I just think Waddy's got really good stuff, and when he commands the heater because he's got a really good one, it's really difficult for people to put the ball in play. So if that falters a little bit, he still has the ability to get guys out in the zone, and I think that's what you saw. You just saw a little contact in the zone as opposed to a little less swing and miss.
And then lately, Drew Rom has been on a pretty big tear, 5 more scoreless innings in his last start. He's scheduled to toss on Thursday, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. And just now that he's getting routine rhythm again and had that little stint, the month on the injured list, had to work back up from it. Now he's really running. What's been the next step for him? Because he's starting to just float above some of these batters that he's facing off against.
No doubt. I mean, I think a lot can be said for what we just talked about, like attacking hitters. Drew's a guy who gets a little complacent out there at times, and he tries to throw like all these pitches and all these locations and do crazy things that aren't really him and who he is. So when we keep him laser focused on executing his best stuff to his best locations, that's what shows up. And the thing we went through in May with his club with all the guys that kind of got an illness and then they were down for 10 days, and he suffered from that. Yeah. And I think that also not only physically set him back, but mentally. You see your other guys around you playing, and the guys come up, and some play well and some don't. So I think Drew's finally just completely got his focus back. He's got his body back. He feels great. And then the last step has been for us just to keep him attacking hitters with his best stuff. Yeah. His very best stuff. Throw that as much as you can. Yeah. And he's throwing the ball great for us.
He's been one of those guys that you sometimes forget his age. Still only 22 years old. You look at him physically and the way he carries himself mentally. And I was reminded of it a little bit the other day when I saw a post on social media just kind of ranking the average age of major league teams' full minor league roster. And the Orioles were among the youngest for both batters and pitchers across all of baseball. What's that been like, having to deal with just such a younger crew in a lot of regards, a lot of times younger than just every single opponent that they're facing? Having to guide some of these guys through some of those extra trials as they mature into a level of older opponents.
No doubt. That's something that our front office really believes in. I mean, we have a little graphic that pulls up on our front page of our website every time, and it tells you how young we are. I think it's a good thing for a coach because there's always something to coach when you got young guys in the clubhouse. Like, there's never a day that goes by where it's just like, well, we got a bunch of 30-year-olds and nothing happened in the game where you don't know how to coach. There's always inexperience in the clubhouse where you just are coaching fundamentals and how to handle certain situations. So for that, it's great. I mean, I love it. Yeah. Like I said, there's coaching moments one on top of another when you got a young club. At times it can be a little frustrating when you see like 28-year-olds coming out of the bullpen for Reading and Richmond and they're throwing 100 miles an hour, and you're like, man, these guys are grown men, and we're 23 and 22 years old, or 20 with Gunner and other guys. So I think at times when you don't see really good results, it's frustrating, but you got to just understand that we're not sitting here trying to win a bunch of games in AA for our organization to be good at the big leagues. We have to develop young major league impact players. So when you're reminded of that, it's really fun. It actually becomes really fun because, like I said, there are tons of coaching moments with a super young group running through a really good Eastern League that you really hope for as a coach. So Drew Rom is, I mean, I said on a radio station a while back, he's one of my favorites in this organization right now that's flying under the radar because he's 22 years old. Yeah. He's a left-handed pitcher with 3+ pitches. He's 22 years old in AA, and the way that players have moved in this organization, he could be the first to be sitting there going, well, what do I got to do to get to AAA and yada, 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 and all this. But the reality is that an average age of a major leaguer is like 28 and a half. Yeah. So he's like 6 years ahead of the game right now. I mean, you know what I mean? So I think that he just needs to continue to throw his best stuff and really figure out what he's really good at, because at some point he's going to play for somebody in the big leagues, and I really hope it's us.
Yeah. I hope so too. As always, Skip, how do we end up wrapping it up every week the same way? How did you spend the off day with the family there?
Yeah, I took the girls. We went to the Annapolis Mall. We went to they have a beautiful public library in the mall, and it's got a bunch of little kids things, and so they got these kids toys and they got these books, and we literally sat in the library for like 2 hours, and they were entertaining themselves. And then we went to the good old trusted Chick-fil-A for some nuggets and mac, and then they took 3-hour naps. So Dad was happy.
Very fun off day. Thank you so much for the time, Skip. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thanks.
That's Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside. Be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from Prince George's Stadium. It's game one of this 6-game series between the Altoona Curve and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark in Bowie. And as Ryan Watson warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Curve that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at third base, you've got Jared Driello, followed by Aaron Shackelford, the DH, batting second. Fabricio Macias is the left fielder batting third. Blake Sable, the catcher, bats fourth. Leover Peguero at shortstop bats fifth. Matt Frazier in right field sixth. Brent Sitta at first base bats 7th. Connor Scott in center field bats 8th. And Josh Bissonette is at second base. He'll be batting 9th. The Curve are the AA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're managed by Kyron Madison, assisted by Drew Bennis, John Nunnally, Blake Butler, and Jonathan Prieto. Victor Silva is the athletic trainer. Altoona is 46-44 on the season, a one-game winning streak. They are 13-8 in the second half, just one half game behind Bowie for the top spot in the Southwest Division. And again, the Curve lineup features Triolo, Shackelford, Macias, Sable, Peguero, Frazier, Sitta, Scott, Bissonette, all to face off against Ryan Watson on the mound. As Prince George's Stadium, 309 feet down the line to both left and right field, 405 feet to straightaway center. A very heavily clouded day. Plenty of heavy rains far to the west of us coming into this evening, but they'd cleared up probably around 2 o'clock mostly, and the tarp had come off the field well early in the morning. Didn't need to bring it on at any point as the field needed a nice little sprinkling to get set. And it looks gorgeous as we get set for the opening of this 6-game series. Right-hander Triolo digs into the box, a .263 average, 705 OPS in 84 games played, 10 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 27 runs batted in as Watson, out of the windup, steps on the first base side of the rubbers, heaves a big sigh, turns, kicks, and fires the first pitch. It's lifted foul, right side. This one will curl out of play, and we're underway at 6:36 p.m. on a 74-degree cloudy day here at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie. Lights are already on at the ballpark. When you've got heavy cloud coverage like this, it's just the smart thing to do as the 0-1 pitch comes in, and it's a breaking ball, just missed a bit down. Run the count even at a ball and a strike on Triolo. Handful of left-handers interspersed in this lineup for Altoona. They don't have any lefties going back-to-back, but 4 lefties total. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a piece into the mid of the catcher on a fastball middle, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes from Watson. Shackelford on deck as a lefty, then Blake Sable batting 4th, Matt Frazier batting 6th, and Connor Scott batting 8th. So on the evens. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses down and away, couldn't get him to chase, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watson has really been hurting for the win lately, and it's not through any fault of his own. He's been an excellent arm in the bullpen, one of the most reliable in the rotation. 2-2. Grounded slowly to first, and this one will be easily picked by Andrew Dashbach. He takes it to the bag himself on that little nubber by Triolo. Way too far ahead of the curveball down, and a 3 unassisted gets us started this evening. Let's tell you about the rest of the defense around Ryan Watson. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Greg Cullen, Colton Cowser, and Shane Fontana. Cesar Prieto is at third base. Joey Ortiz is at short. Connor Norby at second. Andrew Dashbach at first. And Maverick Hanley catches behind the plate for Ryan Watson on the mound. As left-hander Aaron Shackelford steps into the box. First pitch in, and he smacks it foul. Left side out of play. Count opens up at 0-1. .256 average for Shackelford and .850 OPS in 68 games played. 16 doubles, a triple, 16 home runs, 48 runs batted in. As Watson flips ball in, glove up to the chest, turns and fires the 0-1. It's swung on and missed. Fastball up and away, and it's 0-2. Ryan Watson, a 6'5", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Auburn, Alabama. Non-drafted free agent signed in 2020 from his hometown university. They've got the shift on here for Shackelford as the 0-2 comes home. Popped foul behind home plate. Fastball up and away at 96 that Shackelford really had to reach for as the count remains. Watson on the season for Bowie has gone 5-5. He sports a 3.77 ERA in 16 games, 14 starts. He looks for his first punch out here as he delivers another 0-2. Fastball moves down and inside as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 76 1/3 innings for Ryan Watson this year. 84 strikeouts, only 16 walks. He has allowed 13 home runs, while opponents are hitting him for a .231 mark. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got the curveball down low under the knees, and Shackelford strikes out. First punch out for Watson today, 85th on the season, leads the team. Let's tell you about the umpiring crew for today's game. At third base, you've got Mitch Treziak. Hardlin Acosta is at first base, and Kevin Manzik is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. In steps right-hander Fabricio Macias. First pitch. Fastball just missed a little bit above the letters, and the count starts out at 1-0. Macias has not faced Bowie yet. Just his 15th Double-A game. He's hitting .327, but a .776 OPS. As the 1-0 comes home, slider called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. Macias has hit 7 doubles, doesn't have a triple or a home run yet. He's driven in 12. The reason his OPS is just a little bit on the lower side compared to that .327 average, he hasn't drawn a walk yet. The 1-1. This one smacked right side base hit. Line drive picked up by Shane Fontana in right field as Macias extends his hitting streak already to 6 consecutive games. He's been a big addition to this lineup for Altoona. Gives you the inkling that he probably should have been brought up a little bit sooner. At 24 years old, Mexican native was an international free agent back in 2018. So now runner at first, 2 away in a scoreless top of the first, as Blake Sable will step in, a .261 average and an .805 OPS in 72 games. First pitch. Sable watches fastball miss low at 94. It's 1-0 to open. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 12 home runs, 47 runs batted in. Out of the stretch for the first time today, Watson holds set. Runner goes, pitch home, is called a strike outside. Hanley rips it to second, and they beat him by a mile. Macias stopped halfway through his slide because he realized it beat him. Caught stealing, goes 2-6, and the inning is over. Watson faces the minimum, and as we go to the bottom of the first, it's Altoona nothing. Bowie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, Ryan Watson spun a scoreless top of the first. As we move to the bottom of the first, the Bowie Baysox will try to pay him back a little bit, see if they can give him some support. As Carmen Mojinski warms on the mound for the Altoona Curve, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at second base, you've got Connor Norby, followed by Colton Cowser in center field batting second. Cesar Prieto is at third base. He bats third. Joey Ortiz is the shortstop batting fourth. Shane Fontana in right field bats fifth. Hudson Haskin, the DH, bats sixth. Maverick Hanley, the catcher, bats seventh. Greg Cullen in left field eighth. And Andrew Dashbach is at first base batting ninth. The Baysox are the Double-A affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 40-49 on the season, a one-game losing streak, but 13-7 in the second half and leading the Southwest Division. And again, their lineup features Norby, Cowser, Prieto, Ortiz, Fontana, Haskin, Handley, Cullen, Dashbach, all to face off against Carmen Mojinski on the mound. As Norby digs in, .229 average for the right-hander, .727 OPS in 19 games, 5 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. First pitch home, and Mojinski fires a fastball called for strike wide from the zone to the right side, and the count opens up at 0-1. Mojinski out of the stretch delivers the next, and it's ripped left side past the diving glove of the third baseman Triolo into left field. Norby continues his assault as the first batter of the game. What a peculiar run, a fun run it's been for Connor Norby, as he has led off now each of the last 4 games by reaching safely for the Baysox. Since the All-Star break, Norby singled on Friday against Richmond, walked on Saturday, got hit by a pitch on Sunday, and he cycles back through now to single here today. So leadoff man aboard for Bowie as Colton Kauser will step into the box. 279 average for the left-hander. A 1053 OPS in 19 games. 4 doubles, no triples, 5 homers, 10 batted in. First pitch. He hacks at it and pumps it up the third base line. A fair ball. Rolls into the Altoona bullpen and gives Norby an easy track to third base. Kauser will go to second base standing. 3 pitches in, and the Baysox have runners at second and third with nobody out here in the first inning. 5th double of the season for Colton Kauser. A fastball down and away that really he just stuck his bat out in the right spot, barreled it properly, and trickled it up the line. Can't even say trickled. It was 99 off of the bat, so it was a well-struck ball, but it was just perfectly placed considering where the pitch was. So now 2 in scoring position and no one out. Cesar Prieto will step into the box. And the first pitch to the left-hander is called a strike. Changeup hits middle of the zone. 0-1. Altoona already looks prepared to trade off a run. The right side of their infield is playing very deep. The 0-1. Prieto watches wide, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Second and third, nobody out in a scoreless bottom of the first here at Prince George's Stadium. Cesar Prieto hitting .276 this season, a .685 OPS in 48 games played. As Mojinski sets, 1-1 offering. Skied foul, third base side out of play, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes on Prieto. 12 doubles, no triples, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in for the left-hander. Prieto kicked off the 4-run rally in the first inning on Sunday for Bowie. The 1-2 pitch misses below the knees, a changeup, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He did that with an RBI double. It eventually turned into a 4-run inning for the Baysox. The first inning has been Bowie's second best inning offensively all season, second only to the 7th inning. As the 2-2 comes home, and Prieto nicks it, fouled back to the screen. Count remains. Hasn't even been that long of an inning to start for Mojinski. Norby attacked the second pitch he saw. Kauser attacked the first. Both of them find themselves on base, and the next pitch to Prieto is fouled off. Pulled up the line on a curveball down as the count remains. You heard our conversation earlier today with the skipper Kyle Moore, and he was talking very seriously about needing to maintain the momentum, not shutting down after you put in just 1 or 2 good plate appearances. And that mentality definitely has to stretch across the lineup between batters in an individual inning, not batters inning by inning. Next pitch, swinging a foul. Slider down and inside. Prieto really had to buckle himself in to at least get a piece on that ball, but the count still holds. Boy, Cesar Prieto has had so many of these long plate appearances this season. They've been so fun to watch at points. This will be the 7th of the at-bat. 2-2. Popped foul, third base side, and this one will tail out of play. We'll do it once more. The next 2-2. Prieto swings and misses. Fastball at 97 miles an hour outside for Mojinski. A great pitch. First out of the inning is Mojinski's 68th strikeout of the year. The defense around Mojinski. Altoona has Fabricio Macias in left field, Connor Scott in center, Matt Frazier in right. Jared Triolo's at third, Leover Peguero at short, Josh Bissonette at second, Brent Sitta at first, and Blake Sable catches behind the plate for Carmen Mojinski on the mound. First pitch to Joey Ortiz is a slider, misses outside, and the count starts out at 1-0. 236 average for Ortiz this season, a 662 OPS in 81 games, 15 doubles, 4 triples, 6 homers, 37 runs batted in. Second and third, 1 out, the 1-0. Curveball called a strike at the letters, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Carmen Mojinski, a 6'2", 225-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Hilton Head, South Carolina. He was a first-round draft selection, the competitive balance A round in 2020, 1-1. Slider misses down and away to Ortiz, and it's 2-1. Mojinski went to South Carolina, and on the season with Altoona, he's gone 3-5 with a 4.45 ERA in 17 games, 16 starts. Here's the 2-1 offering. Ortiz smacks it foul right side, and the count evens at 2. 64 2/3 innings for Mojinski. 67 strikeouts entering today, 28 walks. He's allowed 6 home runs, and opponents are hitting him for a .251 clip. He's a more fly ball heavy pitcher, and Bowie might need to utilize that. The 2-2. Ortiz rips it foul, third base side. Kyle Moore had to put on a backwards lean in the third base coach's box. But he was sure to get out of the way in time as the count holds even. After those first 2 short plate appearances, 2 batters and 3 pitches, last 2 have taken some time. 9 pitches for Prieto, and the next to Ortiz is again fouled off right side. That was the 6th pitch. As the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ortiz has had an outstanding, a sublime month of July. The 2-2. Pulled back on a slider away. He thought about it, but Ortiz runs it full. He's hitting over .350 this month. Best month by far. Mojinski this season on full counts has opponents hitting .200, but he's walked 19 and struck out only 11. Infielders play in the baselines. Payoff pitch. Ortiz smacks it out to left field and deep. Macias is running back, and there it goes! Joey Ortiz says goodbye! His 7th home run of the year is a 3-run shot, and it's 3-0 Bowie in the first. 102 miles an hour off the bat and 410 feet away from home plate. It's the month of Ortiz. He's up to 40 runs batted in this season. And the Baysox have been loving the first inning the past couple of days. That's the 7th home run allowed by Carmen Mojinski. And it's going to lead to a mound visit. Pitching coach Drew Bennis is out. He's the son of former big leaguer Andy Bennis. Spent a lot of time in the Cardinals. I know that much. Mojinski this season hasn't actually had as much trouble as he has in the first inning as he has on the second trip through the lineup. So this will be where Bowie needs to really lock in when it comes to carrying that momentum. You've got a big first inning now. You put up the early crooked number, and you want to make sure that carries over when you start that second trip against Mojinski. First pitch home to Shane Fontana. He squares to bunt, but a high fastball bunts it foul. Third base side, as that one was more up and in as well. Fontana kind of had to duck out of the way of it, but still made the contact. It's 0-1 to start. Here's the 0-1. He doesn't square and watches a slider miss inside as the count evens at a ball and a strike. .292 average for Fontana this season, an .883 OPS in 37 games played. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball at 95, and it's 1-2. 5 home runs for Shane, 23 runs batted in, and he's on a 3-game RBI streak. The 1-2 pitch, just a piece off of the mid of the catcher, rolls back to the screen. Fontana stays alive for another. Yeah, he's been on such a great run since returning from the injured list for that fractured wrist he suffered. 8 for 28 at the plate since rejoining, 2 doubles, a homer, 6 runs scored, and 10 runs batted in. Next pitch is a fastball that misses well wide. Count runs even at 2 on Fontana. Now 25 pitches for Mojinski, only 1 out recorded. The 2-2 offering. Poked slowly up the third base line, and it just misses the bag by an inch to the left side as it rolled ever so slowly. The way that one was angling itself up the line, it seemed that its best bet would be that it actually hit the bag, which we've seen once this year. I think Maverick Hanley put that ball into play, but Fontana just barely missed it. When it takes that little fall from the lip of the grass onto the dirt, there is a small drop down, and that angles it slightly to where it misses the bag. Another 2-2 pitch. Fontana watches fastball up and away at 95. Back-to-back full counts for Mojinski. They've got a heavy shift on for Fontana. Outfield a shade the other way, though, for the lefty. 3-2. Down low, ball 4. Fastball at 95 under the knees. Mojinski walks his first of the day and 29th of the season, extending the inning, and it's going to get some stirring in the Altoona bullpen. First arm up looks to be Austin Roberts, but he's not the one actually throwing. He was just getting out of the way for Bear Bellamy. So Bellamy getting loose for emergency relief if Hudson Haskin can maybe keep the good times rolling for Bowie. First pitch to the right-hander is called a strike. Fastball on the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. First game back in the lineup for Hudson after getting hit by a pitch in the Akron series and going day-to-day for the remainder of the set and not appearing in the Richmond series. He never had an IL stint, though. The 0-1 pitch, fouled off right side, hits the net. Count to 0-2. Haskin a .264 average this season, an .804 OPS in 68 games played. 17 doubles, no triples, 10 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Runner at first, one away as Bowie leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch. Haskin swings and misses on a breaking ball down. That's the second strikeout for Mojinski. Blake Sable behind home plate thought about the snap to first, but he didn't make the transfer well enough. So 2 outs. Here's Maverick Handley. Baysox are in their alternate orange uniforms today. The black block Bowie on the front side, white pants, and the white home cap. Altoona in their maroon red uniforms with the cursive Altoona on the front, gray pants, red cap. First pitch to Maverick Handley is a curveball called for strike on the outer corner. Count opens up at 0-1. 241 average for Handley, a 787 OPS in 51 games played. 11 doubles, no triples. 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. And the count 0-2. So Blake Sable behind home plate has not been the hardest throwing of catchers this season. I wonder if Shane Fontana will take a jump at any point. 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and in at 95, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Fontana does have one of the quickest jumps on the team. He's only attempted 4 steals and been caught twice, but he did get a couple of good jumps in the Richmond series. The 1-2 pitch. Handley nicks it, fouled off third base side, and the count holds. Breaking ball, the slider down. Bellamy still warming in the bullpen, however. If Handley maybe picks up a base hit here, Mojinski could be done for the day, as that was his 35th pitch. Another 1-2. Slider misses wide, and the count runs even at 2 on Handley. Well, it would be an outing like this that throws the entire series into disarray, perhaps. If Bowie can knock out the starter in the first. 2-2. Handley pops it foul behind home plate. Fastball was inside, so it got a little bit of the handle. Count remains even at 2. Fontana at first, 2 away. Another 2-2. Handley watches fastball miss wide at 95. The third full count of the inning for Carmen Mojinski. So besides any pitches fouled off here from Handley, this is going to be the last pitch that Mojinski throws. This inning, at least. The 3-2, there goes Fontana, and it's popped foul, right side. So Fontana will get another head start after that fastball middle was nicked a little bit to the right. They play him straight up on the infield, a shade the other way. There goes Fontana, the 3-2, a reach, a poke, a foul. That time a slider well out into the other batter's box, so Handley really had to go wide for that. But that's now the 9th pitch of this plate appearance. We'll see it extend to double digits. 40 pitches in the first inning for Carmen Mojinski. That's almost unheard of. Another head start, the 3-2. Popped foul again. Boy, Handley is at least doing his job. If he strikes out, if he grounds, whatever Handley does at this point, he's done his job to tax the starting pitcher even more so after Bowie has already put on their 3 spot here in the first. This first inning has already lasted 25 minutes. Another 3-2. Hanley pops it up in fair territory. No foul. Right side. Sitta ranging up against the warning track, and it's just over the net. There's not too much wind at field level, but maybe it caught a little bit of something up high. That is kind of the direction the Clouds will normally go, a little bit to the right side. But it holds the count full, and we'll see an 11th pitch. Another 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fastball on the upper inside corner. And Carmen Mojinski picks up 3 strikeouts in a 43-pitch first inning. The Baysox plate 3 on Joey Ortiz's big blast. As we go to the second, it's Bowie 3, Altoona nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, the first inning couldn't have gone any differently for the 2 starting pitchers in today's game. As we move to the second, Bowie leads 3-0, and Ryan Watson is back to work. Watson fired 15 pitches in a scoreless first. He gave up a single, but runner was caught stealing second. Meanwhile, Carmen Mojinski for Altoona threw 43 pitches in the first inning. Here's Blake Sable, the number 4 batter. First pitch to him is a slider that misses wide. It's 1-0 to start. Sable was at the plate when Macias was caught stealing second in the first. Here's the 1-0 offering. Fastball called a strike in the upper inside corner, and it's 1-1. Mojinski allowed a 3-run home run to Joey Ortiz on a 3-2 pitch. Worked 2 other full counts, but picked up 3 strikeouts against just 1 walk. 1-1 pitch. Called a strike. Fastball a bit wide at 94, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. But again, it's on Bowie to make sure that they continue. That was the message from Kyle Moore going out of Sunday's loss and into today's game. The 1-2 is a curveball, misses down. Count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sable. Leads the lineup with 12 home runs, 47 runs batted in this season. As the 2-2 comes home. And it's in there for strike 3. Fastball on the lower inside corner for Watson at 95. Starts the second inning with a punch-out, his second on the day. Well, you know it's a good day for Watson when that fastball is locating out of the gate. Fooling hitters just a little bit, just enough to get some of those called strikes, because that's not what was happening when he faced off against Akron not this previous Sunday, but the Sunday prior. First pitch into Leo over Peguero was a slider, misses down and away. It's 1-0. Akron just fouled off so many gosh darn pitches on Ryan Watson. He still fired 5 innings, and they were 5 strong innings, but he only struck out 1 batter. 1-0 pitch to Peguero. Swinging a bouncing ball to the shortstop. Ortiz takes it on 2 hops at the waist and rips a bullet to first. That was a fast transfer by Ortiz. He had little time to spare. Peguero's a quick rabbit. But the 6-3 putout is the second out of the frame. And now Matt Frazier to bat.
Batting sixth, right fielder, number 28, Matt Frazier.
You know, they were putting on so many of those fun defensive stats, the StatCast stats for defenders. O'Neal Cruz for Pittsburgh had the fastest throw by an infielder in the StatCast era or whatever it was. As Matt Frazier steps in, first pitch. Fastball called a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. And then in the futures game, Jordan Walker for the St. Louis Cardinals organization had a ball thrown from short that clocked in at 110 miles an hour. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, misses wide, a changeup, and the count evens at 1. Just leading into, I wonder what Ortiz would be clocking in at. Of course, we just don't have that technology at this level. And if they do, they don't share it with us. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball way down low, and it's 1-2. 230 average for Frazier this season, a 6.67 OPS in 78 games. 16 doubles, 7 triples, 5 homers, 35 runs batted in. Frazier calls for a quick time. They play him straight up on the infield, bases empty, 2 outs. As Watson deals the 1-2 pitch. Poked over to third, right to Cesar Prieto. He pulls it up on his side and fires an easy one to first base. 5-3 putout caps off a perfect second inning for Ryan Watson. We're on to the bottom of the second here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 3-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie as the Baysox maintain a 3-0 advantage, hoping to increase as Altoona is already having to dig into their bullpen. As Carmen Mojinski needed an incredible 43 pitches in the first inning. Bowie tagged him for 3 runs, but he still struck out 3 batters, walked 1. And now Bear Bellamy takes over for Altoona. He'll face off against 8-9-1 in the lineup, and the first pitch home to Greg Cullen is fouled off to the left side by the left-hander. It's 0-1. Cullen, Andrew Dashbach, and then the top of the lineup, and Connor Norby to bat as the 0-1 comes home, and Bellamy fires a strike. Fastball hits the lower inside corner, and it's 0-2. 233 average for Cullen this season, a 754 OPS in 26 games with Bowie. As the 0-2 comes home, and it bounces in, breaking ball, runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. 5 doubles, no triples for Cullen, 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in. As Bellamy takes over, 6'3", 220-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Teays Valley, West Virginia. He fires the 1-2 pitch, and it's up and away a fastball. That one looked a bit close, but Cullen is on the shorter side, 2-2. Bellamy, a 28th round draft selection in 2019 from Wright State. fires the 2-2, and it's nicked up the third base line, but fouled off. A barehanded grab by a fan, 10 rows deep. Good snag, count stays. Another 2-2. And Cullen cracks his bat on a line drive into center, but closing the gap, Connor Scott. A little bit toward right center. He did have to run a ways, but Cullen is retired. And now Andrew Dashbach will dig in.
Batting ninth, the first baseman, number
185 average for Dashbach this season, a 656 OPS. 72 games played, 8 doubles, no triples, 10 home runs, 35 runs batted in. First pitch home to the right-hander is called a strike. Fastball hits the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Bear Bellamy has made 19 appearances for Altoona this year. He's gone 0-1 with a 4.97 ERA. The 0-1 pitch misses away a fastball at 94. It's 1-1. 38 innings for Bellamy, so he can go at least 2 innings, if not more. They'll need him for maybe more. The 1-1 pitch called a strike. Fastball just a bit wide as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Next offering, Dashbach watches slider down and away. It's 2-2. 29 strikeouts in 38 innings for Bellamy, 6 walks, but he has allowed 9 home runs, a contact pitcher. The 2-2. Down and away, fastball runs the count full on Dashbach, something he's been so used to this season. But he still doesn't have a base hit on full counts this year. The payoff. Called strike 3 at the letters. Fastball at 92, and Dashbach is cast aside. First strikeout for Bear Bellamy. 4th overall for Altoona pitching. And already 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. Top of the lineup with Connor Norby. First pitch to the right-hander is smacked foul right side. Count opens up at 0-1. Norby singled on a line drive to left field. Second pitch of the at-bat back in the first inning. Went to third on the very next pitch, the 0-1 pitch. Misses outside a fastball, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Bellamy has put together some good numbers after going on the development list about 6 weeks into the season. Next pitch home is a fastball, misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. 1-1. This one smacked out toward deep center. Scott's running back a long way. He's looking for the wall. He's running out of room, and this one is long gone. Connor Norby says goodbye. His 3rd home run of the season is a massive solo blast, and it's 4-0 Bowie. 106 miles an hour off the bat for Norby. 439 feet away to straightaway center field. That's the 10th home run given up by Bellamy this season. And now Colton Cowser to try and maybe one-up the man in front of him in the lineup. First pitch in from Bellamy. This is down. Breaking ball starts the count out at 1-0. Now, one of my pregame notes was that Bowie needed to maybe pick up a little bit more of the home run. Obviously, they were playing in a very pitcher-friendly park over the weekend in Richmond. 1-0. Called a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1 on Cowser, who doubled up the third base line his first time up. But Bowie still didn't pick up a single home run in Richmond. The offense was working well as the 1-1 is fouled off back to the screen. It's 1-2. But they still just weren't getting anything out. They were a lot of long fly balls at that ballpark, down at the diamond in Richmond. Looked like they probably could have been home runs at Prince George's Stadium. You have to admit that. But they still weren't home runs. Meanwhile, Richmond picked up a bevy of home runs in that series. The 1-2, Cowser watches a called strike 3 on a breaking ball, lower inside corner. That was a great pitcher's pitch by Bear Bellamy. Ends the inning with his 2nd strikeout, but not before Bowie adds on another. Solo blast for Connor Norby, and as we go to the 3rd, Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On to the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie as the Baysox lead 4-0. Ryan Watson trying to keep it going as he'll face off against the bottom three in the Altoona lineup, starting with DH Brent Sitta. First pitch. Fastball misses too far inside, and the count opens up at 0-1. It'll be Sitta, Connor Scott, and then Josh Bissonette due up for Altoona in this half inning. Sitta hitting .237 this year, .693 OPS as the 1-0 comes home. And it's a slider, misses under the knees, and the count goes to 2-0. 54 games played for Sitta, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. Here's the 2-0. Fastball up and inside, and it's 3-0. That's the first 3-ball count that Ryan Watson has worked to all day. Happens on just the first 3 pitches of the third inning. Not too much wind to talk about this evening at Prince George's Stadium. Should help out Watson a ton as the 3-0 is called a strike. Fastball outer half, and it's 3-1. Because Watson hadn't been getting the run support that he needed over the last few days. Obviously, the wind today hasn't affected Bowie at all, and they've given Watson more run support today than they had in his last 3 games combined. The 3-1 pitch. Called a strike. Change up at the letters. Sitta had tossed the bat and started to unstrap the ankle guard. I can see a bit of the gripe on that one. Looked to be that there was a similar pitch up and inside to start the at-bat that was called a ball. I think that was more so on the fact that it was inside than it was up. So now a payoff pitch to Sitta. Down and away for ball 4. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball just missed under the knees. That's only the 17th walk given up by Ryan Watson this season. First today.
Center fielder, number 38.
And now Connor Scott. Left-hander Scott hitting .247 this season. .674 OPS in 70 games played. First pitch home from Watson is wide. Fastball at 94, and it's 1-0 to start. Sitta, not much of a stolen base threat. He's attempted 3. He's been caught twice. But a left-hander in the box, so you never know. .1-0. Slider misses too far inside. That probably would have been a good pitch to go on. But it's 2-0. 14 doubles for Scott, 3 triples. Only 2 home runs, 25 runs batted in. He's just 2 for 10 against Bowie this season. Watson holds set at the ear, drops to the waist, and fires the 2-0. popped out toward center, left center more specifically, as Colton Cowser was curling on it. Runs in, makes the catch, and rips it back to the infield to hold the runner at first. That was a sky-high fly for Connor Scott. And there's one away now for Josh Bissonette.
Second baseman, number 12, Josh Bissonette.
Right-hander just 3 for 11 this season in only 4 games. Plenty of experience with Altoona last year. As the first pitch home is lifted up the line, first base to the corner. It'll get out of play, hit off of the berm in front of the lighthouse, and the count opens up at 0-1. No extra base hits for Bissonette just yet. He's driven in 1 run. He struck out twice, only walked once. Started the season with AAA Indianapolis, but just couldn't get the numbers that Pittsburgh might have liked out of him there. Here's the 0-1. Smacked again, foul, first base side. Count to 0-2. Bissonette was slashing just 210, 325, 276. So you do that back of the napkin math, that's an OPS of just over 600. In a span of 37 games, did not have a home run. The 0-2. Another poke. This one a late swing and a curveball down, and again it finds itself into the berm. Foul ground right side. So back-to-back 0-2 pitches fouled off. Bissonette has fouled off every pitch he's seen over to the right side. Watson trying to see what he can do now with another 0-2 pitch. Here it is. And it's cracked on a pop to second, picked up by Norby. Fastball at 95, much too far in on the hands. That's a very easy out to record for Ryan Watson and Connor Norby. And it's the second out of the inning as things turn to Jared Triolo. Back to the leadoff man who grounded out softly to first base his first time up. First pitch. Popped him up. Foul ground, right side. Hanley sheds the mask. He's called off by Dashbach and on the warning track. Right in front of the Baysox dugout, Dashbach makes the catch, and he'll make the couple of extra steps into the dugout. So leadoff man reaches on a walk, but the Baysox get out of it cleanly thanks to Ryan Watson and the defense. Bottom of the third coming up. Bowie leads 4-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at baysox.com. Bottom of the third here in Bowie as the Baysox still lead 4-0. Cesar Prieto will lead off for Bowie in this half inning, followed by Joey Ortiz, Shane Fontana, 3 through 5 in the lineup as the first pitch in from Bear Bellamy is a fastball that just missed outside, I suppose a tad, as the count starts out at 1-0. Next offering, Ortiz nicks it foul, or Prieto rather, nicks it foul, back into the mid of the catcher. Count runs even and a ball and a strike. Prieto struck out swinging back in the first inning. Shift on for the lefty, and the 1-1. Lifted up the third base line. This one slicing, however, and it will get out of play. Had a decent amount of carry on it, 301 feet away from home plate. And obviously, you got to watch balls that are hit even remotely far up the line like that at this ballpark. So, but it runs the count to 1-2. Bellamy, a fast worker, delivers the next, and it's ripped foul. That was a fast one, 100 miles an hour off the bat for Prieto, but much too far pulled. Count holds. The next from Bellamy. Just down. Off speed, runs the count even at 2. Bowie's been running up some long plate appearances so far today. Colton Cowser had one in the last half inning. Next pitch fouled off back to the screen. Prieto had an 11-pitch plate appearance with Carmen Mojinski, the game's starter, before eventually striking out. The 2-2 here is knuckled in the air to shallow right. Fastball at 92 was in on the hands, and the second baseman, Josh Bissonette, is able to back up and receive the ball. We've seen a couple of plays like that already today. Just try to saw off the batter, I suppose, and see what your defense can do with it. So now here's Joey Ortiz. 3-run home run, broke the game open in the first. First pitch. Fastball misses away at 93, and it's 1-0 to start. The 1-0. Called a strike on a fastball low. Count even to the ball on a strike. Bellamy delivers the next, and it's outside for a ball, 2-1. I remember talking with Kyle Moore a little bit earlier this season. Actually, it wasn't too long ago. I think it might have been ahead of the Richmond series, if not that, at the tail end of the Akron series. As the 2-1 comes home, and Ortiz watches a called strike. Fastball in the lower outside corner. It's 2-2. And he was telling me that they're almost ribbing Ortiz at this point when he puts balls into play the other side. He cracks this one slowly up the middle. A running grab by the shortstop, Leover Peguero, but he can't make the transfer. Dropped the ball in front of the base, and Ortiz is safe. A very weakly hit ball, and it died a little bit while it rolled over the mound, making it difficult enough for Leover Peguero to try and scoop and make that transfer. Because of that, Ortiz will be granted the infield single. So after the 3-run home run, already extending him to 4 consecutive games with a base hit, and 12 of his last 13 games, here's Shane Fontana, first pitch. Misses wide a fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. Ortiz has now picked up yet another multi-hit game as he leads the team with 22 multi-hit games. This is his 8th multi-hit game this month. The 1-0 pitch. Fontana watches breaking ball, called strike on the bottom edge. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That's a generous strike call and a changeup outside. 1-2 on Fontana, who drew a full count walk back in the first inning. One, 2. Outside, fastball from Bellamy, and the count evens at 2. Again, Bellamy having to come in emergency since Mojinski needed 43 pitches for that 3-run first inning. 3 innings is probably going to be his limit. As the 2-2 comes home, and it's checked on. Change up in the dirt, no appeal. Full count for Fontana. He drew the full count back in the first inning as well. See if Ortiz gets the jump. Well, they try the pickoff first. It's unsuccessful. Now let's see if he gets the jump. Ortiz stays put. The 3-2 is bounced slowly to the second baseman, so it could have been good for the jump. Peguero trips while receiving the ball at second. Ortiz did not contact with him. Peguero just tripped over the bag, and the throw can't beat Fontana. So a fielder's choice goes 4-6. Second out of the inning, but Fontana replaces Ortiz at first base.
Designated hitter, Hudson Haskins.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that you just need reps to really properly execute. One of those drag your foot across the bag or just get the half little toe tap and take all of the weight off of the foot. But Peguero had too much weight on that back foot, tripped on the bag as he tried to just softly tap it. And that took away his momentum and threw him off a little bit from delivering the throw to first. First pitch to Hudson. Haskin misses up and away. It's 1-0. Next offering, swing and a miss. Fastball outside, and it's 1-1. Fontana got a big secondary lead on that last pitch. Let's see. So I'd love to at least just see a little bit more gutsiness from Bowie, especially after we get a pickoff throw to first. Here, it's late, especially after how Sunday went for the Baysox. They drew 6 walks over the last 6 innings. They attempted 1 steal, Connor Norby, and he was safe. But they drew 6 walks, had no hits. 1-1. Haskin pops it foul right side, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, so I think it would just be nice to see at some points, especially with Fontana and his good timing, his good speed as well, to maybe set up some opportunities just to keep the runners going. He goes. The 1-2 is down and away for a ball. Throw to second is a bit wild. It's saved by Josh Bissonette at second base. He had to pretty much leap off of the bag, but Fontana does pick up the steal. It's his 3rd of the season, and it puts runner in scoring position with 2 away. It runs the count even at 2 on Hudson Haskin, but now an opportunity to maybe drive in a run with a more routine base hit instead of needing, an extra base hit. 2-2. Outside. Fastball runs the count full, so back-to-back full counts for Bear Bellamy. It's only his 2nd appearance against Bowie for Bellamy this season. He tossed 3 scoreless innings his first time. 3-2. Up high, ball 4. Fastball missed there on Haskin. First walk given up by Bellamy. 2nd today for Altoona pitching, and now on to Maverick Handley with 2 aboard.
Maverick Handley.
Decent shift on for the right-hander Handley, who struck out swinging on a full count back in the first. First pitch home from Bellamy is a curveball, called for strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1. Well, you obviously wonder why he's called Bear. Apparently he's been given that name since he was born. There's a big reason why. The 0-1. This one smashed out to left field, and boy, Maverick Handley says goodbye. A 3-run blast. His 7th of the season. 7-0 Bowie. .101 miles an hour. 418 feet away from home plate. The 3rd home run of the game for the Baysox. This is the 2nd against Bellamy. I don't know what Bellamy was thinking on that pitch. 82 miles an hour, a changeup at best. Didn't have too much movement in either plane, and it sat middle of the plate. Now here's Greg Cullen, first pitch. Misses up and away, a fastball. 1-0 to start. At this point, as Bowie leads 7-0, Altoona's pitchers are just going to have to take it on the chin as the 1-0 is grounded over to the right side. Tough play in the shift. Diving grab by Bissonette, and up from a knee, he fires to first to get out Cullen. 4-3 put out ends the frame, but not before Bowie tacks on 3 more. A big blast by Maverick Handley, and we're on to the 4th. 7-0 Baysox. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Advanced Care is around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. 4th inning here in Bowie, a 7-0 game as Ryan Watson tries to keep the shutout going against 2, 3, and 4 in the Altoona lineup. First pitch into Aaron Shackelford is a fastball called for strike at the knees, 95, and it's 0-1 to open. Shackelford, Fabricio Macias, and then Blake Sable set to bat for Altoona. So Watson is only 41 pitches deep through his 3 scoreless innings. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Beautiful hanging slider. Runs the count to 0-2. Shackelford struck out swinging previously, as they've got a very hefty shift on for the left-hander. Watson sends home the next. This is down, tried to get him to chase again, but the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. It's a slightly different Altoona lineup than what Bowie saw the last time these two teams squared off, back at the end of May, start of June. The 1-2 pitch. This one smacked on a deep drive to right. Forget it. Fontana's running back, and there it goes. A massive solo home run for Aaron Shackelford, his 17th of the season. Breaks the shutout and gets Altoona one closer, but Bowie still leads 7-1. How about that one for Shackelford? 108 miles an hour off of the bat. That was very much like the previous pitch that Bear Bellamy had thrown to Maverick Handley. Not too much movement in really either plane, and a changeup that just sat a little bit on the outside half of the zone, but still meat of the plate and at the belly for Shackelford. As Macias steps in, first pitch to him is a fastball. Misses a tad high, I suppose. That one looked like it caught just about everything it needed to, but the count starts out at 1-0. Next pitch, grounded slowly to the left side, picked up on the run by Cesar Prieto and thrown across the body. That tough little angle to first base, but he gets it there, and a 5-3 putout is the first out of the frame. So for Watson, that extends a bit of a home run streak for him now. That's 4 consecutive games with a home run allowed. 8 of his last 9 starts, he's allowed at least one long ball, and he's given up 14 on the season, second most on the team. As Blake Sable steps in, first pitch. Misses down. Fastball at 95, and it's 1-0. But the thing about Watson has been the home runs have come at, you can't necessarily say inconsequential times because there's never a good time for a home run when you're a pitcher. But least damaging, the 1-0. Knuckled foul, third base side on that fastball in. Gets out of play, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Because while Watson has given up the most home runs in the starting rotation, his ERA is still second only to Drew Rahm, but Watson is the only qualifying pitcher on roster, so he does technically have the best, as the 1-1 is grounded over to second, picked up between the legs by Connor Norby, and gets it to first. Sable was sprinting down the line and only missed out on that by about a step and a half. But there's two gone, and now Liover Peguero.
Shortstop, Liover Peguero.
Peguero grounded out to short his first time up. First pitch in from Watson. It's called a strike. Slider hits the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. 7-1 Bowie leads as we're in the top of the fourth here at Prince George's Stadium. The 0-1 offering. Check swing, slider away, they'll appeal, and he went. First base umpire, that's the crew chief, Ardlin Acosta. So already 0-2 on Peguero. Next pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Now remember, this is a vitally critical series for the Baysox and for the Curve in that same right. Teams come into this series tied for, well, not tied, but half game apart, or practically tied the way this season has been going. The 1-2. Swinging a piece off of the catcher's shin guard, rolls over to the left side, and the count holds. Two teams tied the 6-game series last time they met. All 6 games were decided by 2 or fewer runs. Bowie has just a half-game lead over Altoona in the Southwest Division standings. Meanwhile, they're both trying to keep the Erie Seawolves at bay. Erie had a day game with the Reading Fightin' Phils, and it was a back-and-forth affair. Ended up in favor of the Seawolves. Bases empty, 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch. This one popped up to shallow left. Cullen now running in on it after moving to his left a tad and makes the catch at the shoulder. The inning is over, but not before Altoona gets on the board. A leadoff home run by Aaron Shackelford breaks the shutout bid, but as we go to the bottom of the fourth, Bowie leads 7-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Celebrate your Chesapeake pride on Friday, August 19th as the Baysox host Maryland's Baytoberfest at Prince George's Stadium. All Things Maryland presented by Royal Farms with an upcoming special Baytoberfest beer stein and ticket package available. And with a big chance to celebrate all things Maryland, it wouldn't be complete without your very own Maryland flag designed Baysox hat with Adley Rutschman and his number 35 patched on the side. It's the Maryland Baytoberfest and the Adley Rutschman hat giveaway Friday, August 19th at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets at baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Bottom of the fourth inning here in Bowie as the first pitch comes home to Andrew Dashbach. It's called a strike on a fastball upper inside corner, 0-1. Bear Bellamy is back to work for his third inning of long relief. The 0-1 pitch misses wide. And it's 1-1 on Dashbach, who struck out looking in the second inning. In the bottom of the fourth, Bowie leads 7-1. It'll be 9-1-2 in the lineup with Dashbach leading off. 1-1 pitch home, and it's outside for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. Well, I was saying it just a little bit after Maverick Handley had hit his 3-run home run off of Bellamy in the third. And Altoona pitchers are just going to have to take it on the chin and get the outs no matter what the cost. The 2-1 pitch is grounded to third. Picked up on a pair of bounces by Jared Triolo. Sent a tad low to first base, but in time. As Dashbach is retired 5-3, it goes back to the top of the lineup for Norby.
Second baseman, Connor Norby.
Because for Bowie to chase out today's starting pitcher, Carmen Mojinski, in just the first inning, sends Altoona into a scramble to make sure that they have enough pitchers in the bullpen to record outs, as the first pitch to Connor Norby misses wide, and it's 1-0 to start. And if they use too many pitchers just because one of them gets roughed up again, well, then they're going to be even more hurt. As the next pitch to Norby misses wide, it's 2-0. Pitch from Bellamy. Fastball high at 91. Count at 3-0. It's a 2-for-2 day for Norby. Leadoff single on the second pitch he saw in the first inning. Solo home run with 2 outs in the second. That was against Bellamy. The 3-0 popped him up. Fastball high, and it's skied out to shallow right. Frazier running down. Does he see it? He finally does. Has to back up a little bit at the last moment and makes the catch. And he tossed his arms out there almost as if he had lost it for a brief moment, but found it once more.
Center fielder, Colton Cowser.
And now Colton Cowser. First pitch to Cowser. Called a strike. Bottom edge of the zone, and it's 0-1 to start. Here's the next from Bellamy. That one much too far down. Slider runs the count even at 1. Bellamy sends the next. This one smacked foul, third base side, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Cowser doubled to left in the first inning, struck out looking in the second to end the frame. So it's his second plate appearance against Bellamy, as they put another decent shift on for the left-hander with the bases empty and 2 gone. 1-2 pitch. This one, a line drive out toward right center field for the gap. It'll touch down and roll to the wall. Cowser, as is, track on for the double. Throw will get cut off. His second of the game, 6th of the season. Bowie's getting some barrels. 105-mile-an-hour exit velocity for Cowser. His first multi-double game for Bowie this year. And the inning prolongs for Cesar Prieto. Cowser's 5th multi-hit game for Bowie, out of now 20 played. So shift stays on as the left-hander Prieto steps in. First pitch. Prieto watches a called strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1 to start. Well, here's a heck of a stat. Bear Bellamy has been in this game for 1 fewer inning, came in as a long reliever in an emergency call, and he's thrown more pitches than Ryan Watson has in his start for Bowie. 0-1. Grounded up toward Lieber Peguero at short, but he can't get there. It eats him up, bounces off his wrist, and rolls into center field. Sets up Colton Cowser to score from second, and it's an RBI hotshot single for Cesar Prieto. Make it an 8-1 game for Bowie. They're back up by 7. 103-mile-an-hour missile for Prieto for his 19th RBI of the season. And the inning still continues. Now with Joey Ortiz. First pitch in. Ortiz takes a half swing and pokes it up the first base line, but foul. Breaking ball came a bit inside as well as high. That one could have rolled its way toward triple territory for Ortiz with his speed. But instead, the count starts out at 0-1 as a right-hander gets loose in the bullpen for the Curve. 0-1 to Ortiz. Fouled off back to the screen. It's 0-2. It's a 2-for-2 day for Joey. Already his 22nd multi-hit game this season, but he's only picked up 2 3-hit games this year. Runner at first, 2 away. The 0-2. This is away, and Prieto is way off of the bag. The snap throw to first doesn't beat him. Oh, wow, he slid back in safely. Shackelford at first. Must not have gotten down fast enough because the throw and really the jump from Blake Sable behind home plate on first glance made it look as if Prieto was dead in the water. But he slid back at the right angle to avoid the tag and gives Ortiz the same life. Another 1-2. Down and away, slider. Runs the count even at 2. It's Christopher Melendez warming in the bullpen for Altoona. He's made just 2 appearances for the Curve this season. But the right-hander will probably have to eat more innings as Bellamy is now struggling. 2-2 pitch. Ortiz smacks it foul right side. Sent out of play as the count remains. .67 pitches for Bellamy. He sets for another 2-2. Here it is, and Ortiz watches it low. So the count fills, and with 2 outs, Cesar Prieto will get a head start at first base. Bellamy's had all of his interesting little mannerisms as he gets set. He'll take a half squat and a quarter squat at the same time on the mound. Well, not at the same time, but one after the other. You understand what I'm saying. Takes a hard lead in with the knees bent and holds ball cleanly in glove the entire time. Sets at the waist and fires home as Ortiz lifts it out toward right center field and deep. Sends Frazier on the run. He has to curl around on it, and he can't get there. Bounces off the base of the wall and rolls to the wall as Prieto scores. Ortiz motors into second. He's a triple shy of the cycle here in the 4th inning, and Bowie leads 9-1. It's his 3rd 3-hit game of the season. A 2-out RBI double for his 16th of the year. And Bowie is cruising now, picking it back up after Bellamy had made the switch in. The pitching coach will come out and have another conversation. So everything that Kyle Moore was talking about following Sunday's loss to Richmond seems to be carrying over to Bowie. They put in 2 good innings to start. And that's great. That's always nice. You lead 4-0 after 2. That's fantastic. Oh, not just a pitching coach visit. It's a mound change, or a pitching change. So here comes Melendez. Bellamy is done. We can discuss a little bit more about the impasse for Bowie and what's kind of been implanted in them in a second. As we've got a runner at second, 2 away in the 4th. The pitching change. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, we continue on with the bottom of the 4th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie is nursing a 9-1 lead. A pitching change for the Curve after an RBI double with 2 outs by Joey Ortiz. Bear Bellamy lifted for Christopher Melendez. Shane Fontana will bat with Ortiz still at second, and the first pitch in is swung on and missed high. A fastball. It's 0-1 to start. The line on Bellamy is not yet final. Runner at second belongs to him. But at the moment, it's 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs allowed, all earned. As the 0-1 comes home, called a strike, a fastball at 97 on the lower outside corner. It's a no balls and 2 strikes on Fontana, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a run scored. Shift on for the lefty, and the 0-2 from Melendez is outside for a ball. Change up runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Bellamy struck out 2 batters, walked 1, and allowed 2 home runs for the Curve. Melendez, 6'3", 226-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Arauz in the Dominican, as Fontana slices one up the first base line, but hooks it just too hard foul. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Melendez traded over from San Diego back in 2018. This is just his 3rd appearance with Altoona this season. As he sets, fires another 1-2 to Fontana, and it misses down and away to run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melendez was traded over for cash straight up back in 2018. The 2-2. Fontana lifts it the other way, but shallow to left. Macias is there after ranging to his right, probably about 20 feet, and makes the catch. So Melendez comes in and strands the inherited runner at second, but not before Bowie tacks on 2 more. RBI knocks by Cesar Prieto and Joey Ortiz as we move to the 5th. Bowie leads 9-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Well, fans, don't forget, it's one of the most special nights of the season. Coming up this Friday, it's the Navy Night, the 29th, 23rd annual Navy Night presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 as they take in the Baysox game against Altoona. You can welcome them into their new regiment over in Annapolis. Should be a fun night on the 26th, so be sure to stop on by, or the 29th rather, that's this Friday. As Matt Frazier digs into the box, first pitch in is called a strike on the top half of the zone. It's 0-1 to open. Ryan Watson back to work, 54 pitches through 4 innings of 1-run ball. 6, 7, and 8 in the Altoona lineup to bat against him. 0-1 pitch. Late swing and poked to short. Backhanded by Joey Ortiz from a low knee. He fires one to first, and it's there. 6-3 put out, and there's one away. Now here's Brent Sitta as Bowie leads 9-1.
Brent Sitta.
Now put the shift on the other way for the right-hander. First pitch. Sitta fouls it off in on the hands, a fastball at 95. Count opens up at 0-1. Still not much wind to talk about this evening here at Prince George's Stadium. The clouds have been very heavy as the next pitch misses down. Count runs even in a ball and a strike. You can really just feel a little bit of that humidity, even though there isn't much left, considering how much the rains that had moved through west of us just dropped the temperature all around. Not going to complain about that fact as the next pitch misses. No, call it for strike. High fastball at 94. It's 1-2. Maybe that's what's woken up the bats a little bit for Bowie, too, because you just remember how hot that Richmond series was. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball just misses a tad high. Count runs even at 2 on Sitta, who walked back in the third inning. And we were sitting at real field temperatures of the mid-100s, so 105 up to 109 at points. Next pitch fouled off, back to the screen. Count holds even at 2. So obviously that was just very difficult to deal with from everyone involved. And it can get exhausting. It clearly did for Bowie in the offense after those first couple of innings. 2-2, grounded foul, third base side. Backhanded in foul territory by Cesar Prieto. But the count stays on Sitta. This next pitch will be the 7th of the plate appearance, as this is really one of the longest PAs that Watson has had to work with today. Another 2-2. Fouled off. Fastball upper outside corner, and Sitta got a piece on it. So entering this inning, Watson was averaging fewer than 4 pitches per plate appearance in this game. The 2-2. Called strike 3, late ring up on a slider, way too far outside, but Watson's not going to complain. That one a little tough for Sitta to swallow, but he's also not going to complain, even though I wouldn't necessarily blame him. Third strikeout for Ryan Watson, second one backwards. And it's quickly 2 gone here in the 5th inning. So now here's Connor Scott. First pitch, Scott laces it through the gap up the middle of base hit. He's going to try for second. It's picked in center by Kauser, sent to second, and it's late. What a slide in. Good turn in from Scott. Picks up his 15th double of the season. The throw from Kauser, not necessarily rushed, but a little bit on the third base side. So Ortiz had to scoop it and turn around to try and apply the tag. If it was on the second base side, maybe a tad closer, but Scott was able to just beat it out. That's a professional play. You're in a big hole. You want to try and kickstart a rally. You do something like that. Respect on Connor Scott. So a 2-out double. And now Josh Bissonette. Watson stares back runner at second. First pitch. Grounded over to the left side. Tough play for Ortiz, but he closes the gap, makes the jump throw to first and gets it there. Wanted to make sure he didn't cross up his legs when throwing across the body. Got a little hop in and got it to first. Another 6-3 put out, closes the inning, and strands the runner at second. Halfway home at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 9-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The Baysox are calling all deadheads to make their way out to Prince George's Stadium on Friday, August 26th for Grateful Dead Night. With special themes and music all night throughout the game, it'll culminate in a Grateful Dead-themed fireworks show to cap the evening. Fans who purchase a special package ticket will receive a limited edition Baysox Grateful Dead t-shirt collaboration and a ticket to the game, so be sure to get there Friday, August 26th. It's Grateful Dead Night at the ballpark. Find out more at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still leads by 8. 9-1 Baysox with 6, 7, and 8 due up in the lineup for Bowie. Hudson Haskin to open. As the first pitch in is called a strike to Hudson. Fastball at 98 hits the inside edge of the zone, and it's 0-1. Hudson walked his last time up in the 3rd. Came around to score for Bowie. Here's the next offering. Popped up right side, a little bit past the infield, backing up Shackelford, and just about 1.5 feet into the outfield grass, he makes the catch. So Askin is retired, and there's one away. Maverick Handley up to bat.
Catcher, Maverick Handley.
Handley, 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. Really broke the game open for Bowie. They were leading 4-0 at that point. He grounds the first pitch foul. Third base side, and it's 0-1 to start. But that was the moment you knew that Bowie had kind of taken to heart what Kyle Moore was probably preaching at them. Preaching in quotes. Maybe a little loudly preaching. At the end of Sunday's game and headed into this week as the next pitch is checked on. Well, they say he went on a fastball away. Handley staring at the first base umpire on that one. Not too pleased with the ring-up. As the count goes to 0-2. But that home run really told you that the message had stuck clear. Don't give up the at-bats just because you had a couple of good innings to start. Next pitch, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball misses wide. And the count's a ball and 2 strikes on Handley. Handley took it to heart, and then, of course, Cowser, Prieto, Ortiz took it to heart in the 4th inning. As the 1-2 pitch comes home, and Handley watches it skip wide again. Count goes even at 2. Bases empty, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Bowie gets some action up in their bullpen. The 2-2 offering misses high, and the count fills. Looks to be Tyler Birch getting loose in the bullpen for Bowie. So Ryan Watson is most likely done after 65 pitches in 5 innings of 1-run ball, set to be a winning pitcher for the first time this month. And a payoff pitch set to come home to Handley. Here it is. Lifted out toward right field. A decent crack on the bat as Frazier is backing up on it, but still in front of the warning track. He makes the catch. So a pop out and a fly out, and now on to Greg Cullen.
Left fielder, Greg Cullen.
Shift on for the left-hander Cullen. 0 for 2 day. A line out and a ground out. Here's the first pitch. Watches it low. Count starts out at 1-0. So Melendez made 2 appearances for Altoona entering today's game. 6 strikeouts and a walk in 3 innings. Next pitch, check swing. Pitch down, and Cullen laid off in time. The count goes to 2-0. Plenty of time with AAA Indianapolis as well for Melendez as the next pitch. 97-mile-an-hour fastball hits the outside edge of the zone, count to 2-1. And he pitched okay in relief, 26 games, 2-4, with a 4.83 ERA. He fires the next, and it's a line drive into right center field for a base hit. This one could go for 2. Cut off in the gap by the center fielder Scott, and he makes a quick turn back to second base. He's going to nab Cullen. Tried to stretch it into a double. It was a good attempt, but a great play in center by Connor Scott, cutting it off from the gap and throwing out Cullen, extending the single. 7-6, or 8-6 rather, on the putout. So Melendez faces the minimum in the 5th, and we're on to the 6th. Bowie leading 9-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Still 3 more fireworks shows in the month of July on Saturday the 16th, Friday the 29th, and Saturday the 30th. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
We push on to the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leading 9-1. Always a great pleasure to have you along to the ballpark each and every night. Matt Sabatis with you on what's been weather-wise a gloomy night. Baseball-wise, a great night. Bowie trying to pick up a series opening win and extend their lead in the Southwest Division as Bowie goes to the bullpen for the first time today. Tyler Birch emerges. First pitch home from the reliever is just a bit low to the leadoff man, Jared Triolo. 1-0 to start. Top 3 in the lineup for Altoona today, Triolo, Shackelford, and Macias. As the 1-0 comes home, and it's checked on, down and away. They'll appeal. He didn't go. As the pitch in the dirt runs the count to 2-0. Ryan Watson is done. He's in line for his first win here in the month of July. But again, not for lack of trying. It's the second time this month Ryan has tossed 5 innings of 1-run ball. Third time this month it's been 5 innings of 2 runs or fewer. The 2-0, up and away, and it's 3-0. And all 4 starts for Watson this month have been 5 innings of 3 runs or fewer. So 20 total innings for Watson. 7 earned runs. Next pitch called a strike. Fastball hits middle, and it runs the count to 3-1 on Jared Triolo. It's an ERA of 3.15 for Watson this month. Next pitch misses wide, and it's ball 4. So leadoff walk from Tyler Birch. Triolo is aboard for the first time today. It's only the second time all season that Birch has actually walked the first batter that he's seen. Fairly rare occurrence for Baysox pitchers. But Triolo has been on a big walk run lately. Can you call that a play on words? I don't really think you can. First pitch to Aaron Shackelford misses down. Fastball inside as well, and it's 1-0 to start. Triolo only drew 19 walks in his first 42 games of the year. But over his last 26 games, he's got a .395 on base percentage, thanks to a 20-walk month of June. Been on a big run. 2-0 to Shackelford. Fastball hits the lower outside corner of the zone. The count goes to 2-1. Again, Bowie leading 9-1 at this point. So you've got room to breathe, room to give up runs, even if things do get out of hand a little bit. Next pitch bounces in, and the count goes to 3-1. Well, you just want to make sure that you don't let things get too out of hand. Fortunately, the Baysox offense, while they did come up empty in the 5th inning, their first scoreless inning of the day, they still at least got a guy on base. They're not shutting down. You just got to be careful. Next pitch, lifted out to left field. This one deep, but slicing. Headed to the corner, Greg Cullen. He'll watch it get out of play. Onto the berm in front of the picnic patio. As the count runs full on Shackelford. Solo home run for the left-hander in the 4th inning is Altuna's only run. He demolished a baseball to right field. See if the runner goes. Stays put. 3-2. Called strike 3. Fastball at the knees as Shackelford had started to turn up to first base. That was a tough pitch to walk the tightrope on for Tyler Birch, but he got it there. That's his first strikeout, 4th on the day for Bowie pitchers. Now here's Fabricio Macias. First pitch. Macias watches low. Slider starts to count out at 1-0. Right-hander tossing in the bullpen for Altoona at the moment. But taking his time as the 1-0 comes in, and it's fouled off back to the screen. Count evens at 1, as there is still only 1 out. Another runner at first. It's Austin Roberts warming up for Altoona. Here's the 1-1. Called a strike. Count goes to 1-2. A little news earlier today for Baltimore. Selecting contract of Taron Vavra. The 1-2. Fouled off back to the screen. Vavra, of course, among the top 30 prospects in the Orioles organization. Plenty of time with Bowie last season. Wasn't in the lineup today, but could be tomorrow for his Major League debut when Baltimore put Jonathan Arauz on the injured list. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen again, and the count holds. Bowie leads 9-1 here in the top of the 6th inning as Tyler Birch continues his first inning of relief. Yeah, around a brief injury for Vavra as well. He made 5 appearances on rehab with Aberdeen, but with Norfolk, he more than earned his spot. 324 average and an 886 OPS in 45 games. Next pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Slider down low from Tyler Birch. Back-to-back punch-outs after the leadoff walk. And there's 2 away.
Catcher, Blake Sable.
Yeah, Vavra had some of the best contact numbers in the system. Of course, injuries hampered a lot of his time with Bowie last year, and he was held to just a 248 average. But an 818 OPS thanks to 29 walkouts and only 29 walks and only 42 strikeouts. First pitch home is a fastball down to Blake Sable. Count starts out at 1-0. I was having a conversation with a member of the coaching staff, I think it was, not too long ago, as the 1-0 comes home and it misses down. It's 2-0. And before I make that point, I do want to note out that we are getting a very, very light misting over the ballpark right now, but it's not really anticipated to get any heavier than this. It's just something you notice Might get you a little soggy. The 2-0 pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Over the leaping grab of Connor Norby. So Blake Sable extends his hit streak to 8 consecutive games and advances the runner Triolo to second base. As the inning continues on now to Leover Peguero.
Shortstop, Leover Peguero.
So a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. I was having a conversation. It had just led a little bit to the way that the organization was leaning and how quickly the returns would come for Baltimore. As the first pitch to Peguero is called a strike in the lower outside corner. It's 0-1. And I was joking around when I says like, oh, well, Baltimore lost 100 games last season and they're sitting at 500 midseason. So you just follow that quick trend, they'll immediately turn it around and win 100 games next season. It's that simple. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed low, and it's 0-2. But I had someone say to me that they think that perhaps Bowie would end up winning more games or at least have a better winning percentage than Baltimore at the end of the year. And I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. There are a couple of reasons behind it, the trade deadline being a major factor, as the 0-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Ball in the dirt, but Peguero does not take off. So Hanley applies the tag and ends the inning. A 3-strikeout 6th for Tyler Birch. Scoreless frame, and we're on to the bottom of it. Bowie leads 9-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Well, fans, Pest Now is a proud partner of the Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium, so that's how you know they're reliable. For all your pest control services, general, termite, mosquito, anything, give them a call. Pest Now, 301-231-8300, or visit them online at pestnow.com. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Altoona makes another pitching change. Bowie still leading 9-1. The Curve bringing out their third reliever of the night. Andrew Dashbach will lead off, the number 9 batter. And the first pitch in from Austin Roberts is a fastball, 94, misses wide, and it's 1-0 to start. Christopher Melendez is done for the day, an inning and a third for the right-hander, 1 hit. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts, just a lot of contact outs. He faced the minimum because that 1 hit was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double, the 1-0. Misses down to Dashbach, and the count goes to 2-0. And it makes way for Roberts, 6 foot, 205-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from West Sacramento, California. 8th round draft selection in 2019 from Sacramento State. As the 2-0 comes home, and Dashbach swings through it, high fastball. It's 2-1. Roberts on the season with Altoona has made 24 appearances, gone 3-1, a 5.64 ERA in 30 1/3 innings, 34 strikeouts, 11 walks, 5 home runs. 2-1 pitch to Dashbach is outside. Fastball at 95. Count to 3 balls and a strike. It's an 0 for 2 day for Dashbach. A strikeout looking in the second inning. A ground out to third base his last time up. This is Roberts' third appearance against Bowie this season. He fires the 3-1, and he lost the handle on the ball. It rolls in toward home, and that will count for ball 4. So Dashbach will take his clean base. I'm not sure if that was something with the footing, something with the mechanics, something with the grip, whatever it was. It's a ball. And Roberts starts out his plate appearance with a walk. We do still have that mist, and that's just slowly descending on the ballpark right now, that light little sprinkling. As the top of the lineup and Connor Norby steps in. First pitch home, and Norby flinches on a breaking ball down and away. He got back in time as the count starts out at 1-0. But again, it's nothing heavy that's going to necessitate a delay. It's just one of those inconveniences. Norby, 2 for 3. Single and a run scored, solo home run. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, down. As the count goes even at 1. A lot of the rain that had moved through the Midwest ended up going south of us. They actually washed out Richmond earlier today. If Norfolk hadn't been on the road, they probably would have gotten postponed as well. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Norby chases on a breaking ball down and in, and the count is 1-2. But yeah, everything that's been reaching us has been breaking up just around the time it gets here. It looks like we should still be in the clear for the remainder of the evening. As Bowie leads 9-1, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Norby thought about going to first as the pitch was in the dirt, but first base is occupied. He can't do that. So Norby strikes out swinging. That is the first strikeout for Roberts. 6th overall for Altoona pitching. And now here's Colton Kauser on a 2-double day. Yeah, if this misting, slight rain picked up at any point, and the tarp did go on, I'd imagine neither side would be too interested in continuing the game at this point. First pitch to Kauser, slider, misses too far inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Bowie has already had 2 rain-shortened games this season. Both of them have been at this ballpark. They lost both of them as well. But they lead 9-1 tonight in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0. Kauser watches fastball sit middle of the plate, a little bit high. Run the count even at 1. Kauser's doubles went to both fields, too. First one to left field. As hard on the opposite direction as you could get it, up the line. He pulled the second one, 1-1. At the knees for a called strike. Well-placed slider as the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. Runner at first, 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. 9 runs on 10 hits for Bowie, 1 run on 4 hits for Altoona. No errors for either side. The home run has been a story today. The 1-2. Kauser watches it skip in. A little bit inside to run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, this week is looking all right in terms of the weather. Friday is probably going to be one of the toughest nights, but even with that, it's not looking too bad. The 2-2. Kauser, a rip shot right field, base hit. Over the second baseman, Norby goes to second. A 3-hit day for Colton Kauser, his first at the Double-A level. And Bowie has runners at first and second with only 1 out for Cesar Prieto. 104-mile-an-hour exit velocity. Bowie can barrel them tonight. They can barrel them. If you can tell, I like my alliteration. That's been the case all season. As Cesar Prieto steps in. He had the RBI infield single in the 4th. Less of an infield single, more of a rocket shot off of the shortstop's glove. Now he has a chance here with first and second, only one out. First pitch. Prieto watches fastball sail up and away. Blake Sable had to extend fully with that left hand to make sure it didn't get by him. Runners could have advanced, but instead the count just starts out at 1-0. Here's the next. Breaking ball misses inside, just a tad on Prieto. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Bowie has not been too big on scoring this often lately. As a matter of fact, they've only scored 9 runs 3 times here in the second half. The 2-0. Misses inside, and the count to 3-0 on Prieto. This is the 4th time it's happened. And this is the 21st game of the second half. The 3-0 pitch. Prieto watches a called strike. Fastball sits hard of the plate. Count to 3-1. I said the same thing when Bellamy was pitching. Didn't say it too much when Melendez was pitching because he was working quickly. But with Roberts on, the point remains, as Prieto calls for time, that whatever happens for a lot of these pitchers, it's just eat up the innings the best you can, considering Altoona is dipping further into their bullpen than they ever imagined today. The 3-1. Swing and a piece. Hits off of Prieto and rolls up the third base line slowly, but it runs the count full. First full count that Prieto has seen today. For Roberts, it'll be tough to maybe even go a second inning with how long this first inning of relief has gone for him. He's already thrown 20 pitches. He's only collected 1 out. Could get a double play ball, of course. Prieto has hit into 3 of them, and he is a ground ball hitter. The 3-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Slider down, and after working ahead 3 balls and no strikes, Prieto strikes out. Second punch out of the inning for Roberts. 7th overall on the day for Altoona pitching. And now Joey Ortiz. It's been a day for the shortstop. 3-run home run in the first inning. Infield single in the third, and an RBI double in the 4th. First pitch home, misses high. Fastball starts the count out at 1-0. Now the Baysox have not had a cycle since Cedric Mullins hit for the cycle in Game 4 of the Western Division Championship Series back in the 2019 playoffs at Harrisburg. The 1-0. Called a strike. Fastball in the upper inside corner, and the count evens at 1. The last time Bowie actually had a cycle at home was another familiar name, Manny Machado. Back when Trenton was in town. August 4th, 2012. Next pitch. Misses down. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Ortiz. The problem with trying for a cycle at this ballpark is that the triples are just so hard to come by. The outfield isn't really big enough to get it done. And the corners are brought in so far that it has to be perfect up the line to get there. 1-2, grounded foul, third base side. Rather, that was the 2-1, so now it's 2-2. So this season, in home games, Bowie has just 3 triples. It's out of their 44 home games. The 2-2 from Roberts. Curveball, called strike 3 in the other batter's box. That was not close. Ortiz is going to put on a silent protest for that one by hovering in the batter's box before heading back to the dugout. So runner stranded at first and second with 3 strikeouts by Austin Roberts. 7th inning coming up. Bowie leads 9-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Well, it's the night that all Orioles fans should have circled on their calendar. Sunday, August 21st, when the Baysox celebrate Birdland. We know you're already loud and proud at Prince George's Stadium, but you don't want to miss this game, as the Baysox will be giving away special mystery autographed items from the 2022 team. The first 750 fans ages 3 and up will receive a mystery autographed item, so be sure to get your tickets fast. Sunday, August 21st, the Birdland celebration. Go to Baysox.com. Don't forget about Superhero Day coming to Prince George's Stadium this Sunday, the 31st. Grayson Rodriguez Super Bobblehead to be given away to the first 750 fans ages 13 and up, as well as some costumed heroes in attendance. So plenty to look forward to this weekend. Get your tickets at Baysox.com. As we move on to the 7th inning here at Prince George's Stadium, a 9-1 lead. Tyler Birch is back to work for his 2nd inning of relief. Faces Matt Frazier to start. First pitch to the left-hander is a fastball, misses low, and the count starts out at 1-0. Frazier, Brent Sitta, then Connor Scott set to bat for Altoona in this half inning. They put a decent shift on. Not a big one, more so the left side of the infield, pinched. Next pitch, swung on and missed down. Breaking ball, and the count runs to a ball and a strike on Frazier, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, both actually to the left side of the infield. 1 to short, 1 to third. As Birch peers in and sets at the waist, straightens up his legs, kicks high above the waist, and fires a line drive toward the gap right center. Fontana is there. Right fielder makes the catch just above the forehead, and there's one gone. So now on Brett Sitta. Again, it was a very quick and easy day for Ryan Watson. Only needed 65 pitches to cruise through his 5 innings of 1-run ball. That matched the 65 pitches he threw in 5 innings of 2-run ball against Akron 2 Sundays ago. First pitch to Matt Frazier is popped foul, or not Frazier rather, Brent Sitta popped foul. First base side out of play. Count starts out at 0-1. Now you might ask yourself, well, why is Watson only throwing 65 pitches in back-to-back starts like that? He's working efficiently. Why not send him out for a little bit more? Well, there was a main reason why Watson only threw 65 pitches against Akron when he had thrown 91 pitches in his previous outing. That was a career high. Next pitch, a slider and a beauty. Called for strike on the outside edge from Birch. He makes it 0-2. So Watson's start 2 Sundays ago was turned into a last-minute piggyback start because Justin Armbruster would have missed his turn in the rotation into the All-Star break, and Armbruster needed to throw, so they put him in following Watson. After Watson had finished his 5 innings, Armbruster went out to try and finish the final 4 innings. So Watson was done after his 5 innings. And today, a little bit different as the 1-2 pitch misses down, and the count goes to 2-2 on Sitta, who's 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. Bowie leads 9-1 here in the 7th. Watson's start today, you have to remember, was his first time throwing in 9 days. He had a full week plus off with the All-Star break and then just the brief 3-game series in Richmond. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him with a changeup on the inside edge. Well placed by Tyler Birch. And look at this. Now we've got an argument. Here comes Brent Sitta back into the box, pointing with the home plate umpire up toward first base.
gesticulating a little bit, gets his last word in, and now heads back to the dugout. That's a bit of a rarity for the home plate umpire to take maybe a little bit of talk like that. But Sitta is put down. 4th strikeout for Tyler Birch today. 7th overall for Baysox pitching. Oh, and here we go again, as the home plate umpire has now stepped out from behind the dish and is pointing at the batter's box. Where's he looking at? He's looking out toward third base. Did Sitta get ejected? I didn't see it. Yes, Sitta's been tossed. So Sitta has been ejected. Personally, didn't see it, honestly. Could have been looking down when it happened. And that's one of the problems with a ballpark design like this, where the entrance and exit to the clubhouses are in the outfield. There are a couple of teams in the league like that, where you've got to walk through the outfield to get to the clubhouses. I know Erie is like that as well. Reading is somewhat like that. You do have to walk a little bit through the field of play to get to the clubhouses. But when you have a stadium set up like that and a player gets ejected, the umpire usually can make the decision to wait until the half inning is over, and in the mid-inning break, let the ejected personnel go to the clubhouse, or make everyone sit around and wait for 5 minutes while this one person walks slowly to the gates. The make everyone wait 5 minutes is what Kevin Manzik decided on here. So Sitta is ejected. There will be a new designated hitter if we get there, probably in the 9th inning. As Connor Scott steps in, the 1-0 pitch to him is lofted out toward right field for a base hit. Just a soft looping line drive. And Scott has a 2-hit day after doubling in the 5th inning. He extends the inning against Birch. And now here's Josh Bissonette. Bowie hasn't had too many ejections themselves this season. I think they've only had 2. One was Tim DeJohn. Make it 3. Jordan Westberg got ejected back in mid-May. Tim DeJohn in June. And then Kyle Moore was ejected by the very same umpire who just ejected Brent Sitta. Kevin Manzik tossed him. And Moore was arguing balls and strikes during Bowie's series with Richmond. First pitch to Bissonette is fouled off right side. It's 0-1. Next pitch. Bouncing ball over to short. Taken on 2 high hops by Joey Ortiz. He'll go to first, and it skips between Dashbox legs. A little bit low. Runners will advance. And that could go down either way. They'll call it a throwing error on Ortiz, his 7th of the season. That should have ended the inning, so if anything comes across on Birch from here on, it will be unearned. But the E6 puts 2 in scoring position. Ortiz had the timing on it. It was just a little bit low. If Dashbach thought it was going to bounce, it clearly just didn't bounce as high as he initially thought. So back to the top of the lineup. It's Jared Triolo, first pitch. Misses wide a fastball. And the count starts out at 1-0. It's an 0-for-2 day for Triolo. He drew a walk his last time up against Birch. That opened the 6th inning, but he was left at second. 1-0. Misses in the dirt. Slider runs the count to 2-0. We still got that mist. It is getting a little thicker right now. This very light drizzling. Really, I'd say about 70% of the folks in their seats haven't even put on any covering. There are a couple of umbrellas, a couple of ponchos, the 2-0 pitch. Line drive shot out toward left field. Cullen sprinting on it, but it splits the gap and rolls over his head. Will score a pair of runs. Scott's down. Bissonette is around third and comes home. A 2 RBI double for Triolo, a pair of unearned runs, but it does give Altoona a couple. It's 9-3, still in favor of Bowie. So now here comes Josh Conway to have a quick conversation. Triolo's 11th double of the season. RBIs number 28 and 29 on the year. Gives us a chance to look around the Eastern League, see how things might be looking at the end of the night. Because if Bowie can still hold on and pick up this win, they still lead by 6 and they only need to pick up 7 outs, then they'll jump ahead to a game and a half above Akron, or above Altoona, I should say. They're well ahead of Akron. Akron did pick up a win themselves today, a big come-from-behind win, as a matter of fact, as they led early 2-0 against Harrisburg, but then the Senators put on 7 straight runs, including a 4-run 5th inning. Trailing by 5, Akron staged a big comeback of their own, scoring the final 6 runs of the game to win 8-7. Here's Aaron Shackelford. First pitch to the lefty is grounded to second, picked up by Norby and lofted easily to first to end the inning. 4-3 put out, and we're through as we stretch here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 9-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Fans, On the Green Incorporated is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs. They've got guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. So enjoy the outdoors this summer. On the Green Inc. Go to onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Bowie as the Baysox lead 9-3. Shane Fontana will lead off the frame, and the first pitch to the lefty is swung on and missed high, a fastball, and it's 0-1. Fontana, then Hudson Haskin and Maverick Handley due up for Bowie, as Austin Roberts continues in relief for the curve. The 0-1 pitch misses wide. Two-plane slider runs the count even at a ball and a strike. It was 3 strikeouts for Roberts in the 6th. Worked around a walk and a single. As Griffin McClarty warms in the bullpen for Bowie, he was getting loose after Tyler Burchard allowed the 2-run double in the 7th. The 1-1, called a strike. Breaking ball hit the upper inside corner of the zone. It's 1-2, but McClarty continues to warm, so Birch will be done after 2 innings. The runs he allowed in the 7th were unearned after an error that should have ended the inning. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Late attack on a changeup away, and Fontana is down on strikes. That's already 4 strikeouts for Austin Roberts today in relief. That's how he's recorded every out. 9 on the day for Altoona pitching. So now here's Hudson Haskin. First pitch into the right-hander. It's called a strike, lower outside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 day for Huddy. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches in the 1st inning, walked and scored in the 3rd. Popped out to first base his last time up, the 0-1 pitch. Grounded, off of the catcher, or the pitcher's mitt, picked up at short, but the throw is going to be much late. That one just a slow bouncer that Roberts tried to barehand. He probably would have been better served leaving it alone. But Haskin will reach. Breaks out of a 2-game hitless skid that went into his hit by pitch about a week and a half ago. And now here's Maverick Handley. Righty on righty with Roberts, first pitch. Check swing, pitch in the dirt, rolls away to the left side as the home plate umpire says Handley went. But as the ball rolls away, Haskin advances to second base on the wild pitch. It's 0-1 to start on Handley, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Three-run blast for Maverick in the third. Set the tone for this game after Bowie was already leading 4-0. The 0-1 pitch misses down and away, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. After we were talking with Kyle Moore on how the team needs to continue and not give up at-bats just because they had a good inning previously or a good at-bat previously. In response to that message, Bowie has collected a base hit in every single inning this evening. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Handley. 12 hits for the Baysox tonight. It's the most hits that they've picked up in a single game in quite some time. Two-1 to Handley. Skied foul right side out of play. Count runs even at 2. Bowie has not collected 12 hits in nearly 3 weeks. Their 5-4 win over Somerset, back on the 6th, featured 12 hits. Handful of those came early as well. 2-2. Fastball high at 95. And the count fills from Roberts. Runner at second, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. Bowie ahead by 6. Insurance is always nice, as Bowie did blow a 6-run lead on Sunday, but albeit in a much longer span of time, not with just 6 outs. The 3-2, Handley watches curveball miss down for ball 4. Good take as it sat middle of the plate, but it just dove too far. That's the second walk given up by Austin Roberts today, 4th overall for Altoona pitching. And now with first and second aboard, here's Greg Cullen, who picked up a single his last time up. Roberts taking a long time peering in. Sets at the chin. Fires the first. Cullen squares. It's a perfect one up the third baseline. Barehanded by Triolo to first, and it's in time. A perfectly executed defensive play for Jared Triolo. The sacrifice is successful, but on a beautiful attempt by Greg Cullen on what probably could have gone down as an infield single against just pretty much any other third baseman in the league this year. Jared Triolo, who's been a sure hand, records the 5-3. So it puts 2 in scoring position now for Andrew Dashbach, who drew a walk his last time up. That was against Roberts. First batter to face Roberts twice. First pitch. Fastball misses high, a bit away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Dashbach had a couple of good series against Altoona. He hadn't played in every single game earlier this year. He went 4 for 16 with a homer. Struck out 5 times, walked 3. The 1-0. Fastball misses wide, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Roberts sets. 2-0 to Dashbach. Fastball just high. And the count to 3-0 as Altoona gets a right-hander up. It's Emmanuel Mejia. As Griffin McClarty is still finishing up his warm-up tosses in the Baysox bullpen. He'll come out for the 8th. The 3-0 to Dashbach. He takes it all the way. Fastball outside edge for a called strike. And it's 3-1. Inning started with a quick strikeout, but then single off of the glove of the pitcher. Full count walk and a sacrifice bunt. As the 3-1 comes home, Dashbach watches it high for ball 4. So the second walk of the inning for Roberts, third on the day, 2 of them against Dashbach. 5 overall for Altoona pitchers. It's going to lead to a mound visit. Connor Norby will get the chance to bat against Roberts as Drew Bennis is making just the quick move up to the mound. But I was telling you a little bit earlier about how Erie had an interesting day with Reading. One that they really nearly spoiled. It was a day game at UPMC Park, and Reading attacked early. They put on 4 runs over the first 4 innings. But Erie closed the gap and eventually took the lead in the 8th, 5-4. Reading tied the game in the top of the 9th at 5 to send it to extra innings. Fightin scored a run in the top of the 10th to take the lead, but Erie picked up the walk-off win in the bottom of the 10th. 7-6 there to stay within striking distance of the Southwest Division. But if Bowie can hold on tonight, they'll still be a game ahead. As Norby steps in, the first pitch to him bounces off the knees of the catcher and rolls away, but nobody goes. Hudson Haskin didn't want to risk it. You do have a 6-run lead. Everyone probably could have advanced safely as it rolled to the right side. But as the breaking ball misses down and away, it's 1-0 to start on Norby with the bases loaded and 2 away. Norby this season is 0 for 2 with the bases loaded for Bowie. He struck out both times. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses low and away, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 grand slams this season for the Baysox. Hudson Haskin had the first. It was against Akron. Cesar Prieto had the most recent one. It was against Richmond. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider down, and it's 2-1 on Norby, who's 2 for 4 on the day. Started out the day strong. Single and a run scored in the first. Solo home run in the second for his 3rd of the season. Flew out to right field in the 4th. Struck out swinging against Roberts back in the 6th. So we're here in the 7th. 2-1. Smacked foul right side. And the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, that light misting is cleared up. Still there, but you can barely see it. Norby trying to get something done here. Don't want to leave runs on the table, even with a 6-run lead. The 2-2. Down and away. Slider runs the count full. So everyone gets a head start here. Norby's 1 for 8 on full counts this season, but he's drawn 6 walks and only struck out 4 times. Roberts sets. This could be the last pitch he throws of the day. The payoff. Runners go. It's fouled off back to the screen, so he'll throw at least one more. That was a fastball. Middle in. And Norby sticks around. Roberts will throw his 50th pitch here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 3-2. Norby swings and misses. Slider down, and the bases are left loaded. Norby now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts with the bases loaded this year. We go to the 8th here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 9-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
On to the 8th inning here at Prince George's Stadium as Bowie still leads 9-3. The Baysox will make another pitching change as Tyler Birch calls it a day. 2 innings for Birch, 3 hits, 2 runs. Neither of them were earned, so the ERA will dip thanks to 4 strikeouts and just 1 walk. As Griffin McClarty takes over, he'll open up against Fabricio Macias. First pitch in to the right-hander is a curveball called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone, and it's 0-1 to start. 1 for 3 day for Macias. He singled to right field in the first and got caught stealing second instantly. Grounded out to third in the fourth, struck out swinging in the 6th inning. As the next pitch is popped foul right side. Count goes to 0-2. It'll be Macias, Sable and Peguero due up. Next pitch again, popped foul right side. This count stays at 0-2. McClarty, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander. 8th round draft selection in 2019 from the College of Charleston. Tries another 0-2 pitch. And it's called strike 3. Dotted a fastball in the lower outside corner. McClarty starts his outing with a backwards K. 8th overall strikeout for Bowie pitching. And now on to Blake Sable. Sable's been on a pretty good run lately for Altoona. He's only hitting .250 this month, but he's played Bowie well. First pitch into him, misses down and away. And the count starts out at 1-0. Big breakout for Sable as well against Harrisburg. He was pretty much the linchpin for Altoona's win to avoid being swept. The 1-0 pitch. Smacked foul, third base side, as the count runs even at 1. Sable hit a go-ahead home run in the 8th inning. Harrisburg then tied the game, and Sable had to drive in the go-ahead run again in the 10th. As we wait on the 1-1 pitch, here it is, down and away. Fastball runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. As Altoona has another right-hander loosening in the pen. Looks to be Mejia again, who is getting up and moving the last half inning before Roberts got out of the frame. 2-1 pitch. This one popped up with a loud crack to right field. Sky high for Fontana, but in front of the warning track, he's there and makes the catch at the shoulder. See, that's one of those batted balls where I'd like to see just a little bit more information from the statistics readouts that we get. And again, the amount of information we do get is astonishing at times. And the speed at which we get it is great, because I could see instantly that was 104 miles an hour off of the bat on an 83-mile-an-hour breaking ball. But I wanted to see how high that pitch traveled. What was the apex on that? As the first pitch to Leover Peguero is called a strike on the outside edge of the zone, it's 0-1. Next offering, right-hander flinches on a slider, called for strike again. That one a little bit more borderline, but it nicks, and the count is already 0-2. McClarty looks for his second strikeout in a perfect 8th. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses too far inside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Altoona hasn't been starved for hits either in this game. They have picked up 6. Solo home run by Aaron Shackelford in the 4th inning. 2-out, 2 RBI double by Jared Triolo in the 7th after an error had given Altoona new life in the frame. But the early attack by Bowie, maybe too much to climb. The 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Wicked slider down and away from Griffin McClarty, and he strikes out a pair in a perfect 8th inning. We're on to the bottom of the frame. Bowie leads 9-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates, with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th here at Prince George's Stadium, a 9-3 ball game. As Bowie's looking to wrap it up soon, he might want to add on a little bit more insurance first. Never a bad thing. As Altoona makes what should be one final pitching change, and Manuel Mejia is out of the bullpen for the Curve. He is the 4th reliever for Altoona. Taking over for Austin Roberts now, who fired 2 scoreless innings. The best outing of the day for an Altoona pitcher. First pitch in to Colton Cowser, misses up and away a fastball, and it's 1-0 to start. Cowser, a 3-for-4 day, a pair of doubles, a single, 2 runs scored. Next pitch, Cowser watches it go out wide, and the count goes to 2-0. After Cowser, it'll be Cesar Prieto in this half inning, followed by Joey Ortiz, who has an opportunity to hit for the cycle. The 2-0 pitch. Check swing, pitch down, they'll appeal. He didn't go. And the count to 3-0 on Cowser on that low slider. Sheldon Perkins is getting loose for the Baysox. No save situation for any pitchers on staff at the moment as the 3-0 hits the heart of the plate. Call it for a strike. It's 3-1. Perkins has been coming in more opportunities to finish out games, which I think is critical. The 3-1, up and away, ball 4. Leadoff walk drawn by Kauser. Third time this season he's opened an inning by leading off. Pretty good on-base percentage at the start of innings for Kauser, too. 5 for 12 overall, and now that third walk. So now here's Prieto. Back-to-back lefties, and the first pitch is knuckled out toward shallow left center field. It's down. A Texas League single for Cesar Prieto. His second hit of the day, an inside-out fastball. And Prieto is aboard, pushes Kauser to second base. And now Joey Ortiz. A home run in the first for Ortiz, a single to third base in the third, and a double to right field in the fourth. He struck out swinging in the sixth. But now he's got first and second with nobody out against Emmanuel Mejia here in the eighth. First pitch. Popped foul, right side out of play. Count opens up at 0-1. Mejia is a 5'11", 185-pound, 23-year-old righty from Bono in the Dominican. International free agent signed in 2019. 27 appearances for the Curve, 2-4 record, and a 5 ERA. Fires the 0-1. Ortiz watches fastball, missed just a tad bit up and in. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. Mejia, 36 innings, 33 strikeouts, 21 walks, 5 home runs allowed. Right side of the infield creeps in a tad as the 1-1 brushes off Ortiz at the elbow. Breaking ball runs the count to 2 balls and a strike now. Next pitch. Ortiz rips it to third, grabbed on the line by Triolo. It'll be a double play. He goes to second to force out Kauser, as Kauser was just in the middle of the baseline. After taking a decent enough lead off of second base, Ortiz misses out on his chance at the cycle. The hardest leg, the triple, just shy.
Right fielder, Shane Fontana.
So the double play goes 5-6. Well, Ortiz lines out to third for the first out. Kauser for the second out. First pitch to Shane Fontana is smashed out to right, and this one is long gone. Shane Fontana says goodbye. A 2-run home run for his 6th of the season. 11-3 Bowie. .95-mile-an-hour fastball, just a tad bit down and in. But Fontana serves it out to right field, 396 feet away, 100 miles an hour off of the bat. That is his second home run back with the Baysox since the injured list stint. What a great run he has been on. That's the insurance that Bowie was hoping for, as they're back to leading by 8, matching their largest lead of the night. Now here's Hudson Haskin. First pitch. He pops it up, straight up the chute. Now behind home plate as Sable sheds to the warning track. He tries to bucket it, and he got it. Bounced a little bit off of his bare wrist, but he corralled it into the mitt. And just up against the netting, Haskin pops out to the catcher. But Shane Fontana provides the pop and the insurance. As we go to the ninth, Bowie's 3 outs away from a win, and they lead 11-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, it's the most special day of the year at Prince George's Stadium, and it comes your way Friday, July 29th. It's the 23rd Navy Night, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Join the United States Naval Academy class of 2026 and take in the Baysox as they face off against the Altoona Curve. It all comes your way on Friday, July 29th, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05 with some fantastic post-game fireworks. The 23rd Annual Navy Night at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Well, it's always such a pleasure to have you along the broadcast each and every night, and you picked a fun one. The Baysox go into the ninth inning leading 11-3, 3 outs away from opening up this series with a win. Matt Sabatis with you from Prince George's Stadium as the Baysox will send Shelton Perkins to the mound to try and retire Frazier, Sitta, and Scott. Well, actually not Sitta. Sitta got ejected. So it'll be a different designated hitter into the game. First pitch home to Frazier is a slider that misses too far down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0 to start on the left-hander. It looks like it'll be Dylan Shockley, if I'm reading the number correctly. Next pitch misses too far in again. It's 2-0. As Frazier is 0 for 3 on the day, a pair of groundouts and a fly out to right field his last time up. Right-hander Perkins steps back and deals the next. Slider again, but this one misses under the knees. The count is already 3-0. It was a perfect 8th inning for Griffin McClarty. That was his only frame, 2 strikeouts, and a fly out to right field. Very simple. The 3-0 pitch. Frazier watches slider down and in, and a 4-pitch walk. Perkins has had his trouble with those free passes. Of course, his slider is so devastating at points that it will lead to the occasional walk if it's just not hitting at the right point. So it's not Shockley, as I had said. It's Claudio Finol. He will take over as the designated hitter for what should be his only plate appearance. An .050 average with Altoona this year. First pitch, there's the slider, and there's the strike. Hit it on the upper outside corner. That's where it's working for Perkins. Didn't intend to sort of rhyme there, but it happened. 0-1. Runner goes. Next pitch. It's swung on and missed away. Defensive indifference as the count goes to 0-2. So Frazier advances to second base in an 11-3 ball game. Perkins sets. Drops to the waist. Looks for low and away. And fires the 0-2. Misses down and away, hits off of the glove of Hanley, but he picks it up off of the bounce quickly. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So the general consensus among pretty much everyone in the bullpen and a lot of guys just in the clubhouse in general has been a lot of Perkins and his slider, how great it is. I don't ask it too often, but when I do, the question usually equates to, well, who's got the most devastating pitch on the team? The internet slang these days is nastiest. Who's got the nastiest pitch on the team? And a lot of times, you can phrase it in different ways. Sometimes they would say Nolan Hoffman's slider because the sidearm delivery hurts you. The 1-2 pitch is the slider again from Perkins, and it misses wide. Count goes even at 2. But the routine one has been Sheldon Perkins and his slider as the 2-2 is lifted out towards shallow right. This one on the infield, as a matter of fact. Running down on it, Norby. He actually had to cover some ground, but gets there and makes the catch shoulder high. So there's one away as Finol is retired. Now Connor Scott, who's responsible for a third of the Altoona hits today. Doubled in the 5th inning, singled to right field, and scored in the 7th. As Bowie's trying to wrap up an 11-3 win. First pitch. This is a bit down, and the count starts out at 1-0. Two sides will meet again tomorrow for game 2 of the set, the 1-0 pitch. Line drive shot up toward right field. This one, a bit of a chance, and yep, it'll get out. 2-run home run to the short corner. Connor Scott's third of the season, a 3-hit day for the lefty. Tacks on 2 for Altoona. Bowie still leads by 6. It's 11-5. For Perkins, that is the second home run he's given up this season. 102 miles an hour, 356 feet from home. Now here's Josh Bissonette with the bases empty. First pitch. He watches the slider, called for strike on the outside edge. It's 0-1 to start. Perkins, a 5'10", 215-pound right-hander, went to James Madison. Picked up in the 16th round of the 19 draft. The 0-1. Slider too far. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Entering today, Perkins made 21 appearances, 0-4, 4.01 ERA in 24 2/3, 24 strikeouts, 18 walks, and again, previously, just the 1 home run allowed, now 2. Next pitch misses low, and the count to 2 balls and a strike. Next offering to Bissonette. Check swing, called a strike, bit wide, just a little, and the count to 2-2. Bissonette reached on the error in the 7th inning. That extended the frame and eventually led to a pair of runs scoring. This next one, a bloop out toward the second baseman again, and Connor Norby is there. Makes the catch at the shoulder on that little looping pop. 2 outs in this frame, both on pop-outs to second. So Bowie 1 out away from wrapping up the series opening win. As Triolo, the leadoff man, steps in for the 5th time today. First pitch in. Called a strike at the knees. Slider opens it up at 0-1. It's a 1-for-3 day for Triolo. He had the 2 RBI double in the 7th, both unearned against Birch. Next pitch. Curveball down and away, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Ryan Watson, the winning pitcher at the moment for Bowie. Be his first win in the month of July. Finally getting the run support that he so desperately needed. The 1-1. Slider misses wide, and the count goes to 2-1. Won't be any save in this one. Carmen Mojinski will take the loss when we wrap it up. As the 2-1 comes in, and it's flinched at. Slider called for strike at the letters, and the Baysox are 1 strike away. Bases empty, 2 outs in the top of the 9th as Bowie leads 11-5. Fans to their feet. The 2-2. Line drive, left field, base hits. Just a little hook shot over the shortstop. Picked up quickly by Greg Cullen and returned to the infield to hold Triolo to just a single. But the inning extends. While Perkins was a strike away, he'll have to try again against Aaron Shackelford. Still a 6-run advantage for the Baysox. Shackelford. And the solo home run in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 4 overall. They're going to give the runner the second base again, as the first pitch is a slider down and inside. Count starts out at 1-0 as Triolo moves on defensive indifference. And they weren't even holding him on. Right side infielders were more concerned with playing in the shift. As Perkins will step off the rubber and reset. Shackelford is a heavy pull hitter, so the shift makes sense as the 1-0 is called a strike at the knees, maybe a tad low, but it's 1-1. And Shackelford, well over half the time he's pulling the ball. There are a couple of players that fall well within that category for Altoona. Brent Sitta is another one. He pulls it half the time. Runner at second, 2 away, the 1-1. Swing and a miss outside. Well-placed changeup by Perkins, and it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Fans to their feet, cheering loud as they get pumped up in anticipation of this Baysox win. The 1-2 pitch, down and inside. Count goes even at 2, so another chance for the fans to get loud. Maybe get some clapping going as we sit here waiting for Bowie to pick up the series opening win. Been a misty day, not lacking for power, however. As Bowie leads 11-5. Runner at second, 2 away. The 2-2 pitch. Swinging a number off of the foot. Shackelford is going to hunch over a little bit as that one rolled up toward Perkins. But Shackelford's good. The home plate umpire will give him a chance to catch his breath and hand deliver the baseball, as Perkins will just trot around the mound and get a good grip on it. But one more chance to maybe get excited as Bowie leads 11-5. These fans saw a good game and they're ready to wrap it up. Maybe a big strikeout to come. So much excitement in the air on what's going to be a first-place team at the end of the night. Another 2-2. Down and inside, skips off of Handley. Runner will advance. Wild pitch on that breaking ball down. So the count runs full. Shackelford only hitting .071 on full counts this season, but he does draw plenty of walks. And now, finally, we get a little bit of chanting. Just a little, as Bowie's still a strike away from wrapping up this win. And the chanting is stopped. Can't get too excited for this win now. The 3-2. Popped him up. Out toward right field. Fontana's running down. This should do it. He camps. He catches. And the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A power-packed Tuesday. An 11-5 win over the Altoona Curve to solidify their place atop the Southwest Division. We've got plenty to come as we get rolling with Baysox postgame in just a little bit. We'll recap this one, look around the Eastern League, and get you a little bit more ahead into tomorrow's Game 2. Bowie wins 11-5. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org. Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, a commanding win for the Bowie Baysox this evening to open up their 6-game series with the Altoona Curve. 11-5 tonight's final, power-packed to say the least for Bowie. They took to heart what was needed to be done following Sunday's series finale loss against Richmond when the offense shut down over the final 7 innings. Bowie turned around today and collected at least one hit in every single inning of play. one of their best offensive days in quite some time, despite what's already been a very successful month of July. As we get rolling from Prince George's Stadium for Baysox postgame, Matt Sabatis with you. We'll recap this game in depth, get you all the key highlights of what went down here, and then look around the Eastern League, see how this win will help Bowie atop the Southwest Division in the EL. But first we recap. So we go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 6:36 p.m. when first pitch came home from Ryan Watson to Jared Triolo. It was a strike, and Triolo would eventually ground out to first base. Following a strikeout, Fabricio Macias singled to right field, but he got a little too adventurous against Maverick Hanley behind home plates. Hold set. Runner goes, pitch home, is called a strike outside. Hanley rips it to second, and they beat him by a mile. Macias stopped halfway through his slide because he realized it beat him. Caught stealing, goes 2-6, and the inning is over. It was a 3-up, 3-down inning in essence for Watson, and in the bottom of the first, the Baysox were more than happy to pay him back for that, as Connor Norby led off with a single to left field. Colton Cowser doubled to left field on the very next pitch to put him at third, and 2 batters later, Joey Ortiz continued what's been a stellar month of July. Payoff pitch, Ortiz smacks it out to left field and deep. Macias is running back, and there it goes! Joey Ortiz says goodbye! His 7th home run of the year is a 3-run shot, and it's 3-0 Bowie in the first. 3rd home run of the month for Joey, and as it would turn out, that would be the start of something big for the Baysox, because it was a lengthy first inning for Carmen Mojinski. There's no doubt about that. 43 pitches for the right-hander in that first inning. He could only last the first inning, while he did actually strike out 3 batters against just 1 walk. It was that home run and some lengthy plate appearances that just really did him in at the end of the night. As we moved into the second inning, Ryan Watson, after a lengthy time on the bench sitting through that bottom of the first, he had no issue. 11 pitches in a perfect second. And in the bottom of the frame, Bowie paid him back with another big blast. This one from Connor Norby. 1-1. This one smacked out toward deep center. Scott's running back a long way. He's looking for the wall. He's running out of room, and this one is long gone. Connor Norby says goodbye. His 3rd home run of the season is a massive solo blast, and it's 4-0 Bowie. So Norby was able to break through, but after Bear Bellamy rebounded with an extra strikeout, the game went on to the 3rd inning, where Ryan Watson did walk a batter, but got 3 more up and 3 more down to keep things scoreless. In the bottom of the 3rd, Bowie got it going again after a quick pop-out by Cesar Prieto. Joey Ortiz, Shane Fontana, and Hudson Haskin all reached safely. Technically, Ortiz was taken out on a fielder's choice, but there were 2 aboard for Maverick Hanley to continue the home run parade. There's a big reason why. The 0-1. This one smashed out to left field, and boy, Maverick Hanley says goodbye. A 3-run blast. His 7th of the season. 7-0 Bowie. So Hanley breaking through for a big home run, his 2nd in July. And that was the 2nd against Bear Bellamy, but Bowie was still not done from there. We'll talk in a bit as we move to the top of the 4th inning, where Watson was finally tagged for 1. Just 1 measly run. Aaron Shackelford got a hold of 1 pitch. The 1-2 pitch. This one smacked on a deep drive to right. Forget it. Fontana's running back, and there it goes. A massive solo home run for Aaron Shackelford, his 17th of the season. Breaks the shutout and gets Altoona 1 closer, but Bowie still leads 7-1. Still a 6-run advantage for the Baysox at that point, and they would quickly get at least one of those runs back in the bottom of the 4th after a double by Colton Cowser with 2 outs put him in scoring position. Cesar Prieto stepped up with a laser beam shot, and he's thrown more pitches than Ryan Watson has in his start for Bowie. 0-1. Grounded up toward Lever Peguero at short, but he can't get there. It eats him up, bounces off his wrist, and rolls into center field. Sets up Colton Cowser to score from second, and it's an RBI hotshot single for Cesar Prieto. Make it an 8-1 game for Bowie. They're back up by 7. 103-mile-an-hour missile for Prieto. Joey Ortiz would immediately follow and give Bowie an extra run. Takes a hard lead in with the knees bent and holds ball cleanly in glove the entire time. Sets at the waist and fires home as Ortiz lifts it out toward right center field and deep. Sends Frazier on the run. He has to curl around on it and he can't get there. Bounces off the base of the wall and rolls to the wall as Prieto scores. Ortiz motors into second. He's A triple shy of the cycle here in the fourth inning, and Bowie leads 9-1. So how things would settle from there for quite some time, because Bear Bellamy would be lifted after the double and turned over to Christopher Melendez. Melendez would pitch a scoreless inning in a third, while Ryan Watson pitched a scoreless fifth in his own right. As the game moved into the sixth inning, it would be on to Tyler Birch, and he pitched a scoreless frame. In the bottom of the sixth, Melendez gave way to Austin Roberts, who opened up what would be a two-inning scoreless appearance for the right-hander. While Birch was about to put together a clean seventh inning, he gave up a single to Connor Scott and a ground ball to Josh Bissonette that eventually found its way into the warning track on foul ground right side. An error put Scott at third base and Bissonette at second, extending the inning when it should have been the third out. That gave Altoona just a little bit of breathing room to at least scrape a couple of cross. A couple of umbrellas, a couple of ponchos, the 2-0 pitch. Line drive shot out toward left field. Cullen sprinting on it, but it splits the gap and rolls over his head. Will score a pair of runs. Scott's down. Bissonette is around third and comes home. A 2 RBI double for Triolo, a pair of unearned runs, but it does give Altoona a couple. It's 9-3, still in favor of Bowie. So the Baysox still leading by 6 at this point. As we move on into the bottom of the seventh inning, it's still on Austin Roberts. He worked around a handful of base runners, loaded the bases as a matter of fact with 2 walks and an infield single, but Connor Norby struck out swinging and the inning was over. As we moved on into, where were we? The 8th. 3 up, 3 down for Griffin McClarty out of the bullpen. It'd be his only inning. And in the bottom of the frame, the Baysox were fine with just adding on a couple more. Shane Fontana got it done. Ortiz lines out to third for the first out. Kowser for the second out. First pitch to Shane Fontana is smashed out to right, and this one is long gone. Shane Fontana says goodbye. A 2-run home run for his 6th of the season. 11-3 Bowie. So how things were pretty much in favor of Bowie at this point. They had it well in hand. But as the game moved into the 9th inning, Shelton Perkins took over. While his slider was a little bit erratic today, the big enough lead made it easy enough for him to cruise through. He did just miss one particular pitch to Connor Scott. Two sides will meet again tomorrow for Game 2 of the set, the 1-0 pitch. Line drive shot up toward right field. This one, a bit of a chance, and yep, it'll get out. 2-run home run to the short corner. Connor Scott's 3rd of the season, a 3-hit day for the lefty. Tacks on 2 for Altoona. Bowie still leads by 6. It's 11-5. Perkins would get around a single to follow, and thanks to a couple of easy pop-outs, he set himself up in line to finish out the game. The 3-2. Popped him up, out toward right field. Fontana's running down. This should do it. He camps, he catches, and the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. A power-packed Tuesday, an 11-5 win over the Altoona Curve to solidify their place atop the Southwest Division. So there's your final. Altoona scores 5 runs on 8 hits with no errors. They left on 6. Bowie scores 11 runs on 14 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Ryan Watson is the winning pitcher. He moves to 6-5 in the year as Carmen Mojinski takes the loss. He falls to 3-6. No save as the game was played in 2 hours and 49 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 1,642. With the loss, Altoona falls to 46-45 on the season, a 1-game losing streak, as they're now 22-24 on the road and 13-9 in the second half. With the win, Bowie moves to 41-49 on the year, a 1-game winning streak, as the Baysox are now 24-21 in the at home this season and 14-7 in the second half. Two sides will meet again tomorrow as we continue with the 6-game set. We'll talk about that game more in depth and preview the starting pitching matchup soon. But for now, we break. When we come back, we look at some scoreboards, check in on the Eastern League, and see how this win will buoy in the Southwest Division. See what I did there? Surprised it took me that long to do that this season. We're back after this. Bowie wins 11-5. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, the the Baysox are getting radical on Thursday, August 18th as we go back to the 80s. Get that perm done up, rip off those jeans, and toss on your jean jacket for the 80s Rewind Night. A totally tubular night of the greatest musical decade with live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30. So head on back to the 80s with the Bowie Baysox on Thursday, August 18th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Back one final time to Prince George's Stadium as we continue on with Baysox postgame. Matt Sabatis with you. Following an 11-5 Bowie win, a big win over Altoona to take a little bit of an extra advantage in the Southwest Division, something they really liked coming into today's game. So let's take a look around the rest of the Eastern League, see how Bowie will sit atop the Southwest Division and who else is where now that the day is wrapped up. Fortunately for Bowie, they won't gain too much ground because while they do win over Altoona, the curve will drop to 1.5 game behind the Baysox in the Southwest. But Erie, the team directly behind Altoona, they were only 1/2 game out of second coming into today, and Erie picked up a win, a walk-off win in 10 innings over the Reading Fightin' Phils, 2 runs in the bottom of the 10th to win. So Erie is still only 1 game out of first place behind Bowie. They are in second, while Altoona will drop to third, 1.5 game out of first place. Akron put on a big comeback over Harrisburg today to serve the Senators their 15th loss in the second half. Akron picking up just their 8th win as they're 8-12. But it was all Harrisburg over the first half of the game. They led 7-2 going into the 6th inning, but Akron put on the final 6 runs to win 8-7 at Canal Park. One other game final, Binghamton putting on an 8 spot over New Hampshire, 8-2 the close there at Mirabito Stadium. And then one game in action, Hartford leading Portland 6-1 after 7 innings. There was too much rain tonight down at the Diamond. They have postponed their game with Somerset. They will make it up on Thursday. Around the Orioles organization, the Baysox are the only team to actually close out their game tonight. Delmarva is trying to wrap up a win, but they're running into a bit of trouble as they put on a 4-run 8th inning to take a lead over the Lynchburg Hillcats, 9-6 going into the bottom of the 9th. But Lynchburg has already put on a run in the bottom of the 9th and have the bases loaded with only 1 out. So they could make things a little scary. Winning run is on base, tying run is in scoring position there. Aberdeen is cruising over Asheville at the moment. That's the Astros affiliate in High A, 6-1 in the top of the 7th inning there. And Norfolk did not get a good day from D.L. Hall. The lefty only managed 2 outs in the first inning. He gave up a 6th spot and struck out. Well, both outs were strikeouts, but just couldn't get through that frame. And Memphis leads 7-4 as the game moves into the bottom of the 5th. But again, the score we care about most in this production is that of Bowie's, and it was a good one. 11-5 over the Altoona curve to set the stage for what is a serious series. 6-game set continues tomorrow at 6:35 when right-hander Aaron Shortridge will start for Altoona. Lefty Ryan Hartman will make his Bowie debut. First appearance for the Baysox. He's been working back from some injuries. He was on the Norfolk roster for the entirety of the season, but on the injured list. Made a rehab appearance with Aberdeen that went well, and he will join the active roster for the Baysox ahead of tomorrow's game. So the lefty will get the start for Bowie then. It's a 6:35 first pitch on Wednesday, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 6:15. For now, though, we say so long and good evening to you. Matt Zabata saying thank you so much for stopping by as Bowie bests Altoona tonight, 11-5. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.